and again, a really unusual style for the band, as like a fillery type thing, I suppose. It's good, but there's not really much else to say about it, just because it's just there.
Nine's Fine Dry. Yeah, a bit of a random. No. A bit random for Slipknot to have a track like this. It's a short track that just repeats the same line over and over again with the final part whispered by a woman. I guess it adds to the feel of the album, but it's not exactly necessarily
far from pinnacle
needed. Yes.
Is it Nero Forte or
yes.
Nero? Yeah. Interestingly, released today, or the video of which was released.
Have you watched
today.
the video?
I haven't yet. No,
it's good.
Maybe we can do a reaction.
I've already seen it though.
Oh well, maybe not. Cool opening, if I'm honest. The first few listens of this song, I wasn't actually all that keen. As time's gone by, though, I've grown to love elements of it. The chorus, while unusual, is really sick. Guitar work in the song is great as well, and the breakdown bit with like the drums towards the end. Yeah, all round really good song, and it just kind of adds to this element of like, we're still the band that you've come to love, but we are doing our own shit and we don't give a fuck.
So is it on the high end or low end? It's not a top track, no?
It's not a top track. It's definitely more up there than it was when I first listened to it. I was not keen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first like couple of listens, to be honest. I really was like...
So I don't think I've written this down, but along with being one of my top tracks...
Oh, damn.
This is one of the first few that really stood out to me. There's 3 of the songs that really stood out to me at first.
Okay, I feel like we share one of them.
Probably not. We'll get to it.
Okay.
I feel like I think I've guessed what yours is, but yes. Anyway, now into one of the best tracks on the album. This song is pretty heavy throughout, although the chorus, Escapade, has some of the softest vocal parts of the entire album. Jay's drumming shines throughout.
Escapade. Made worse by the fact that I thought you were just saying Eskimo in the middle of a sentence and then just carried on talking over it.
It's Christmas. It's the first time I'm looking forward to Christmas in years because I'm not going to be fucking in this country. Well,
you're not going to be fucking in this country.
I'm not going to be fucking any fucking point in life, am I?
Well.
Anyway,
you never know, man.
Enough Drake vocals.
Well, those frisky Californians love a Brit.
They do. I'll take them all on.
Cool. Critical Darling.
Yep.
Absolute beast of a track that utilises a few different styles, and for me it's a real staple in the progression the band have undergone. Writing the songs and bringing them together has...
Yes!
Fuck! Infectious! Writing the songs and bringing them together has been fine-tuned over time, but I love the return to older sounding guitars, maybe in the way it's all been mixed. Overall, a solid plus on the album in my opinion, and made surprisingly better by the eerie... What the fuck?
I love it.
The eerie outer and lead into... Oh, okay, the eerie outro and lead into the next track, but that was under the premise that I was going second, and then I opted to go first.
Just keep my wank face quick look. Okay. Critical Darling. I didn't underline this. That was a silly idea. This is one of the top tracks. This is one of the 3.
Is it?
That stood out from the beginning.
Excellent.
Critical Darling. Oh, there you go. My favourite track on the album. That's maybe not necessarily true though. I'm torn. Definitely one of the ones that stood out straight from the beginning, y'all. The pace is faster through most of the track. The vocals feel passionate once again. It mixes soft and heavy vocals well. The pre-chorus feels powerful and is probably my favourite part of the song. And so on.
That was really apt.
Thank you.
Good.
The guitars are simplistic at times but accompany the track well. The outro, which is technically a part of the song, doesn't seem to fit right with what we've just listened to. It's just strange noise, but once again it leads into the next track. It makes sense.
Yes. Allah's funeral. So it's very easy to hear the emotion tied in with this song. When Corey starts singing, it's almost like 5 minutes of vent and frustration, but with the piano work and percussive additions, you get, all in all, a pretty awesome package. I quite like the song. If pressed to kind of place it on my favourites, I'm not 100% sure, because there are definitely better songs, but I did really enjoy it, and I agree with like the I don't think it would be the same if the outro didn't kind of lean into it in the way that it did for the last song. So yeah.
This I put like a half line under, so it's probably the best of not my favourites. Elias Funeral. Okay, so I've mentioned multiple times before that I love a mixture of soft and heavy vocal styles, but even this pushes the boundaries, but kind of like, it was meant in kind of a good way because it's so soft and then so heavy.
Yeah.
Some of Corey's heaviest vocal work is on this song of his career. I unsurprisingly think that it's great. The guitar work is fantastic. Burn the Liar lyrics, like the lyrics Burn the Liar, definitely stands out while it's being screamed at you. Quality track, mate.
It's fucking excellent, mate. Cool, so we move on to Red Flag. First things first, the guitars and drums again are just beastly. And this is the type of song that I would really love to see live. So next time that I see them, I hope they play. Because, the pits would be death is what I've put, and I probably should have added that on the end of my last bit, but there you go. It's heavy hitting and very typical, but still awesome as fuck.
Okay. A good track, but not amazing. Nothing really much more to say on this, other than the instrumentals continue to impress, just nothing stands out.
Fair.
What's next?
I'm not going to lie, I actually put what the actual fuck is this doing here, but yeah, it's like essential. I don't know. It seemed to find its place somehow, but it's still one of the most bizarre fucking things in the world.
Yeah, it's real weird. So, this is effectively a track that leads into the next one. It starts off with what I can at best describe as elevator music.
Yeah, literally.
That's all I can take from it. This 53-second track leads nicely into
Spiders. I had to make sure I was getting that right then. That would have been awkward. So yeah, Spiders. The first time I heard this song, I was like, oh, what in the fresh hell is happening at first? Within 40 seconds, though, I was entranced. It's really quite unlike much else that they've ever done, and like more so than some of the others. There's like a weird trip hop element to it, which I thought was real fucking strange. And it's really bizarre, but I actually don't mind it in this particular instance. Wouldn't say it's my fave by any means, but yeah, it was an interesting result.
Spiders. This track is... And that's how you hold a crowd.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, quite. This track is nothing like Slipknot have ever done before. Very experimental. The instrumentals are intriguing as they are mysterious. It's all a very weird sound, but it works very well. The guitar solo sounds great, a really well put together song, and a risk that pulled off.
Cool. So we move on to Orphan.
Orphan, mate.
That's such an orphan. I often think about it.
Do you know my nickname in the That's Not Metal focus group chats is Orphan Puncher?
Wow.
Fun fact for you.
How did that come to be?
Something annoyed me in the chat. I was like, I could genuinely punch an orphan right now. No, named like Kieran Orphan Puncher Heafy.
Excellent. I know how I'm going to address you for the rest of our podcasts. I think if I had to suggest just one song for somebody to check out on this album, I'm pretty sure this would be it. With lyrics like, I only wonder if I'll live to see the end of the road, it always gets me nowhere. There is a real weight to the song, and at times Corey is just trying to scream the mic into pieces. I can't really hone in on one single element about it that makes it so good. It's just a great track, and the eerie arse laugh to finish just gave me chills. Probably my favourite on the album.
Nice. Is this your one that stood up from the start?
Yes.
Yep. Orphan, my third and final track that stood up from... I thought you were going to go with Soulway. I wasn't sure. That was my guess. Another top track for me, which it's really tough. I'll tell you what. So Critical Darling, the ones that stood out first, like Soulway Further has gone way up from when I first heard it. We'll get to that in a second. But
okay.
I wrote this as Critical Darling, my favourite track, but it can change to Orphan very easily. And sometimes near a forte. Anyway, Orphan. Another top track for me. This is one of the heavier tracks from the album. The guitars kicking off at fast pace after the unexpected third set of drums. Yeah, I love that drum bit at the beginning. So you're expecting a fourth.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I wasn't ready, but I'm ready.
I was ready until you slammed it right in my face.
Yeah, so... Yeah, third set of drums really sets the song as powerful from the get-go. It's fast-paced, it's brutal, the lyrics feel passionate, it's an altogether great track. A lot of anger can be released through this.
Fuck yeah, agreed. And I think a lot of anger was released in the fucking booth.
Yeah.
My Pain, which is quite a fitting name for the next song.
Yeah.
A pet hate of mine is to have such an elongated opening of minimal sound. Unfortunately, even Slipknot can't make that can't alter my opinion on that. However, when it finally does come in, we're met with some more twisted and atypical oddities. I mean, in parts, it's like something you'd hear in the 80s. No guitars, no real drums, just almost 7 minutes of what the fuck, to be honest. I will admit it doesn't hold much bearing on me, but sure.
Yeah, My Pain is the letdown of the album. This track is 6:48 long, and for the first minute, it's just simple sounds. Then leads into whispering. Once the track gets more into it, to its credit, it keeps the mysterious vibe, gives a dark vibe through the instrumentals. However, that's all the credit it's going to get, as it falls back into 2 minutes of very little of interest. And I look forward to it ending.
Yeah. And when it does, we move on to Not Long for This World. So another heavy-duty track as we begin to close off the album, and I have to say it's pretty good and solidifies this album as one of those moments in the band's career that we will refer to in years to come. That Wannick sound I put.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Give it to me.
I forgot to keep the comments open because they fuck up on our screen. We've already read yours. Bruce, Kieran often suffers technical issues due to having a small brain.
Wow.
Go and fuck yourself. Jamie Price, the album has some fucking quality songs in it, but it's 20 minutes too long and a lot of shitty filler songs. Nero Forte is an instant not classic, though.
Ooh, interesting. Who was that, Jamie Price?
Yes. Thanks for watching, Jamie. You jammy bastard.
Yeah.
And other such jokes.
So last thing on Not Long for This World anyway. Interesting things thrown into the mix here with the scratches in the additional instrumentation, leading into a weird outro that kind of gave me a headache as it pulsed away in the headphones.
Cool. Well, not cool for you, but yeah. Not for long for Monday. How do we want to start away first? Not Long for This World. This is more like it after My Pain. It's definitely more of a grower of a track, but I really enjoy the instrumentals here. The guitars going against each other to create quite a unique sound that is full of power. The synth that goes crazy towards the end as well. Even altering the sound of Taylor's vocals, which is something I'd usually be dead against, but it just works so well. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a 50-second unnecessary outro of nothing that just doesn't belong or even lead into the next track well.
Cool. Speaking of then, we go on to the final track of the album, Solway Firth. So I love the use of the line from the opening track. Talk about it more here. In truth, though, I kind of feel like they probably retooled the the intro track around that. Do we think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Firth was there first.
It's a great close, the track, in my opinion, and is a neatly wrapped example of what this album has demonstrated. It's heavy whilst weird and very challenging of what we expect about Slipknot as a band. And I like it. It's good.
Oh God, I've started something I didn't mean to do.
What?
Bear with me. Sorry. Very confusing.
What was that about? Technical difficulties?
Got technical difficulties. I started a watch party. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to watch with anyone. They should just watch with me. I'm already watching. I'm doing it. I'm live.
That is a very good description of what we're doing. Cool. Solway Firth, are you ready?
No, sorry.
All right.
Keep them entertained. Show a boo or something. That's not what I meant. It wasn't my time.
That's not what I meant, but that is what you said. But that's not what I meant.
Right, let's get this up so the comments don't fucking fly away. Sam Farouk's watching. Hey, Sam Farouk, you little bitch.
Who?
He's someone to work with who's definitely not into metal. We have 12 people, 11 people, so I could have just shared it. Look at that. I may as well get an erection right now. Anyway, sorry, Mum. Right.
Wow.
Solway Firth, straight away, the anonymous vote. No.
Try again.
Straight away, the ominous vibe continues as Taylor proclaims, "I'm counting all the killers that we heard in insert coin." However, it quickly throws itself into heavy and fast-paced tempo music. I didn't actually write paste, I just threw it in there for a laugh. I really love the guitar work here, and the lyrics, "You want a real smile, I haven't smiled in years," are pretty deep yet passionate. So much so that I can feel the energy behind them, and as Corey screams, "It's a great track to end the album." It's nice.
It's nice, that is.
So nice.
So what did you think of it?
Hey, Jimmy Joe Fletcher, yes. Super
saucy
guy.
Okay, yeah.
Saucy bitch works too. You saucy super guy bitch.
Overall.
Yeah, go for it.
So, a frankly brutal and great display of raw emotion, musical progression.
Hey, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, Shawty.
A frankly brutal and great display of raw emotion, musical progression, and evolution as a band all comes together to form this awesome album. After the absolute crash and burn of Point 5, in my opinion.
Yeah, disgusting album.
This is exactly what I needed as a Slipknot fan. I've actually written Slipknot fan. I'm a Slipknot fan. Who had lost touch to be slammed straight back in, and I would place this album highly among metal albums this year. But more importantly, I would place it highly in the band's discography. A couple of things were perhaps a little too overdrawn for me. However, the album gets a well-deserved hit me with your rhythm stick. Or do you want me to give you the result first?
You want to wait?
I'd like to
Let's change things up.
Let's change things up.
Going forward, that could be really great to use.
I think so. We should do that from now on.
For 4 more albums. Because we do 2 a week, remember?
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to John. We can now see comments everywhere. Overall, I love this album so much that it's in my top 2 of theirs. Yeah. I think Volume 3 just beats it.
Fair.
People probably shit me for that because they're like, oh my god, but what about Slipknot an hour? I'm like, how about you go dick my mum?
Wow! Fuck, man.
Just things come out my mouth and I don't think ever. How do I still have a job and a personality? I don't know. I love this album. Yeah, no, I already said that, haven't I?
I noticed you haven't actually given it a mark yet.
Time because I don't. I've never done this. I've always left it blank, so I can't never decide until the end usually.
Fair enough. It's between 4 numbers, alright?
Today's between 10. I can sing and scream my heart out to this album, well, most of it anyway. Yeah, there's some down points on it for sure, but it's vastly outweighed by the high points. Cool. I am not stuck between 2 on this one. This one's a very dead set number.
Same.
Mine is a 9.
Likewise.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 all round. And
we don't do halves.
No, but if we did, we wouldn't do it anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
We've been Deciphered.
We still are. Let's go on to Tool.
Oh my god.
Speaking of tools, Rob.
So, fuck yourself, you little bitch. I'm fucking so ready to hear what you have to say about this album. Yeah.
Alright, you ready?
Fully ready. You can get us started if you like.
Via Inoculum by Tool. Starting off with Via Inoculum by Tool. Got to throw it straight out there. This is my favourite track on the album and potentially my top 3 Tool tracks of all time.
Damn.
There is. You got to remember also helps for some people that are like, well, fucking, what are you doing, mate? Tool, old Tool's great. I got into Tool this year, so therefore it's all at the same time for me. There is something. Or there is always something interesting going on. The track starts off slow and ominous. The use of many instruments to create a sound is impressive and something Tool master easily. The introduction of James Maynard Keenan, who will be referred to as JMK for pretty much all this, because I'm not saying that name all the time. Yeah, James Maynard Keenan's vocals.
It's actually Maynard James Keenan. So it'd be MJK. I think that's just as much of a mouthful, but if you want to give it a go.
We're fucking journalists, mate. Fuck. But he's still JMK, okay? To me.
That's fine, you can refer to him as...
And my people, which is currently 0.
Nonsense, there's 12 of them watching.
Mutsk's vocals. Jumsk. I was definitely going Jumsk. Anyway.
I wanted to check.
He's now Keenan. Keenan and Kel's vocals add more intensity to the opening track. The track is over 10 minutes in length, something we get used to quickly. But at almost 4 minutes in, it's still building to the somewhat heavier part at 3:56. And that part feels powerful, I tell you.
It feels powerful.
Now,
I hear me now.
Probably got this name wrong, so just in case. Kerry Daniels drumming here. Danny Kerry. Oh, I farted, sorry.
Oh, man. How did I cough and you fart?
Jumcock. We'll see where your mind's going, you filthy whore. Right.
Wow.
I've got no filter today. So, Solway Firth. Where was I? Danny Carey's drumming here is impressive as expected. Less than a minute in, it falls back to the build again, and this time round, it's a much faster pace. The 5:54 mark is where it really starts kicking in. From here, it's a beautiful mix of instrumentals complementing the accompanying vocals. There's something about the drum and guitar part at 8:45. I've gone really Tool is so complex. I've fucking numbered places.
You need to, man. I've done exactly the same thing.
I think I've only done for this song, but yeah, either way. At 8:45, that just sounds so good, and is my main highlight of the track. So, oh, it's so fucking good. Best part of the album, best part of the track. It's my favourite song. Yeah, the back and forth into the beastie drum beat, which leads into the mad guitar notes that sound as if it's from the future. All of this culminates in a sudden but worthy drum finish.
Awesome. This is going to be a long review,
Wendy and Raj, this is not for you, but you can watch anyway if you want.
Started. Cool. So straight away, over 13 years, the suspense is building up to this moment, and the wait is finally over. Danny Carey's drums work to build an intense atmosphere from the off, with every drum stroke masterfully placed at the correct velocity and time. You'll find yourself entranced within 30 seconds of the song starting. It really has a feeling of awakening and the unlocking of Pandora's fucking box or something, which is awesome. After 13 years, this is kind of like the minimum of what was expected. Excuse me. Expectations were gigantic, and the band knew that they had to take every single one of us on a journey, and the beginning of it is probably the most important thing. And I really
Neil
get
Criddle.
That. Who?
Neil Criddle.
Criddle.
Sorry, Karen.
You just want to hear me go.
I just want to say hello before they inevitably leave 2 seconds after they've joined.
I only accidentally clicked on the feed. I didn't mean to watch it.
Oh shit, now they said my name. I must stay for 2 minutes.
Not that it's
I'm doing lovely. Go, you're doing really well. Come in, and now I go home. Salmons. Sorry.
Not that it's almonds. Expectations were gigantic, and the band knew that they had to take every single one of us on a journey, and the beginning of it all is the most important thing. And I really get that with Fear Inoculum. Maynard's vocals are crucial to bringing that layer that ties all of it in, and you just know this is going to be a wild album from the get-go.
Yeah, boy. Next up, Numa. The track's going... No, it does not.
All right.
And it was silly for you to assume.
I'm so sorry. When I assume I make an arse out of you and me.
You do.
Or just you.
Yeah, that's true. I do that to myself.
When I assume I make an ass out of me and me.
Yeah.
A meme.
A meme. What's a meme? It's pronounced a meme. Anyway.
Please continue.
The track's intro gives me a weird feeling of a crossover between a Western vibe and elements of horror.
Oh, Rory Price.
Hey up, Rory. What you doing over there, pal? It then transitions into this kind of calmer guitar riff. Even Maynard's vocals. So annoyed at myself again, it's wrong. On the soft side here, more soft than often. However, as time goes on, the layout of his vocals and the lyrics start to feel like something to chant along with. Again, the build of this track is so well laid out. At the 6-minute mark, I feel like I've heard a whole track already, and then a whole new build-up starts, whilst still feeling like one song. Danny really continues to impress here. Some of his work can somehow be subtle, whilst obviously of high class.
That's literally his talent.
High class level, sorry. Yeah, legit. There's something about Maynard saying Numa that just feels powerful, as if he's uttering the word into your soul. Just that one word. Like, Numa. Hey, hey. To Rory. Where do we get up to? I really like the little pre-outro here into the short outro. Another great track.
So coming from perfect opening conditions again, and the track starts to build up very quickly in comparison to the last. When that guitar kicks in, it is just great. Keenan's vocals are are placed so well across the stereo pan to create this hypnotic feel. So far, everything is very good, but we were always promised that new material would push the envelope, and while good, I don't feel like this demonstrates it just yet. Thank you.
Sorry. Just in case we have...
Don't. Just don't. Not today.
What do you mean? Just in case we have people that love hand actions, is what I was going to say.
Hand actions. Alright. Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, so I don't feel like this necessarily pushes like the envelope on, like, it doesn't like break boundaries, not yet. This is still as weird as you would come to expect of Tool, in my opinion, until that section around 7 minutes in. It's a slow burner in some senses, but the track is overall a sweet... Wait, what? but a sweet track overall with a sweet solo section at the end to round everything off. You are infectious today, man. I can't speak to save my...
Just sing along and you'll get every word correct. Mundo, which is Spanish for correct. No, it's not. Right. I like fucking things up, so let's try and pronounce this next song. Litany contre la pierre.
That is 100% correct.
Is it actually?
Litany contre la pierre.
Eat my bears. That's where the great fun ends. I know Tool are known for having tracks like this, tracks in between the longer and/or proper songs, but fuck me, this was pointless. Just a synthy noise for 2 minutes. It doesn't add anything to the album whatsoever.
Agreed. Sounds mostly like Post Malone warming up for a show, and for me has no real purpose on here, but sure.
Got really foot. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. Everyone suffers from that. You are not invincible.
Well, shit. Invincible. Carrying on with the mellow vibe to start off here, but of course leads into heavy parts once again, which we expect from the band. It's a slow builder though, but we've come to expect that. Maynard's soft, gentle vocals are a nice way. I've just written JMK everywhere. His gentle vocals are a nice way to help build the track. As the vocals get heavier, of course, so do the instrumentals. At just after the 7-minute mark, the tide changes and a whole new build starts once again. The use of synth here sounds good, but I don't really like the vocals altering because of it, which is a bit of a contrast from the Slipknot thing. Again, I don't normally like when the vocals change with synth, but Slipknot it worked.
Yeah, they kind of they found a good place for it.
Yeah.
So.
The last 2 minutes feel like an almost entirely different song for most of it. Really good drumming outro though.
Yeah.
Still a lower track than Pneuma or Fear Inoculum.
Yeah, you can tell that Danny Carey's come from like a jazz background.
Hey, Christy, you crazy fisty.
Wow.
Co-legend at work. And Queen, Tim My King.
Wow. Yeah. Where are we? Oh yeah. Such a discordant and off-signature picked section on the guitar that eventually gives way to cool but simple drums. They've mixed everything so perfectly, and by simple I mean simple for Danny. Nobody else. Yeah, they've mixed everything so perfectly, including Maynard's vocals. 6 minutes in and the drums are a lot fuller. And impossible to follow in places. Then to make everything more brain-splitting, we are up to our 4th tempo change at this point. It's not hard to see why it takes them such a long time to achieve the material or like the output that they want to. It's a great song on a so far very impressive album.
Yeah. Legion Inoculant is there. I'm sure these are to create a mood or to do something for the listener, but this is the second interlude and it's wank. It kind of leads into the next track and has a static lyric from the title track, but that's all.
Yeah. Sounds of UFO. Sounds of a UFO bring us into the next track, and what we're met with is 3 minutes of off, fade in and out vocals that float around, and again in it. Fuck life.
The Rehypnol's working.
Oh yeah, man, give me some more. What we are met with is 3 mins of off and on, fade in and out vocals that float around in an again seemingly pointless environment. I don't make it easy for myself, do I? In an again seemingly pointless environment, it does add effect to the album, but indicates question if they're too long for that purpose. Fucking hell. I'm too long for this purpose. Not in a good way.
Descending. It opens with the sound of waves that we heard in the interlude. Once again, it's a slow builder, but that's what Toodle best. Toodle best.
Toodle.
Toodle. There's so many good names so far this episode.
I know.
It's annoying the shit out of me.
Because you haven't got any space to write them down.
Oh, of course. I'm not even. This pad ended. This is sheets of paper, in case you're not.
Do you know what? I was wondering what they were.
Okay, well, some people think they're lead. Tories think they're. Oh no.
No. Let's
also,
not.
by the way, fuck the Tories. Let's just get the right out right now. It's not going to care in the next episode, am I?
At the risk of becoming increasingly unpopular, and for lack of people following us next time, if you're a Tory, stop watching.
I mean, no. Finish watching this episode. Don't. I'd rather you voted Tory and watched us than voted Tory and didn't watch us. I'd just rather you didn't watch Story. Watch Story?
Watch Story.
Conservatory. Anyway, Descending opens up the sound. That's what Tool do best. Of course, that track. That track over here does build up. Let's rewind slightly. Descending, it opens up with the sound of waves that we've heard in the interlude. Once again, it's a slow build. That's what Tool do best. Of course, that track does build up. There we go. Now it makes sense when I said the previous sentence. Not so heavy on this one. Some space sounding synth to accompany the instrumental until just the latter close the song. Great track.
Well done. That was good. Yeah, a prime example of how the effects can immediately benefit the music as we head into another tremendous track. It's an track, I tell ya.
A track on Titan.
The ambient floaty feel to it has its own sense of mysticism, and when the bass and picked guitar jump on around about 3 minutes in, you immediately feel like every accent begins to pull the song into gear. It's a tease for so long, I'm not going to lie, but everything builds to the most awesome instrumental section with the guitar stressed on every note. The way this song comes together is somehow, in its absence of structure, so systematic and purpose-driven. A tad long off...
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, alright. A tad long at not far off 14 minutes. It really does help.
Hey, Lauren Jane Townsend. How are you?
Hey.
We just mentioned Tories, and Lauren comes on, and she's not Tory. She's the exact opposite.
Oh, right, okay.
I just hope she saw that part of the chat.
Did you not hear what I said? But you wouldn't.
So to clarify, we didn't mention it because you were on. We just happened to see you on afterwards.
Tories.
Yeah, but she's not.
But she's not.
She's Labour.
Ah.
She's Labour.
Cool. The way this song comes together is somehow, in its absence of structure, so systematic and purpose-driven. A tad long at not far off 14 minutes, but a wild ride and one of my top songs.
Yeah. Also one of my top songs. That and Fear Inoculum. Well, and more to be seen, possibly.
Maybe.
Because we know we love Mockingbeat. Culling voices. Yes, the problem with trying to review Tool is that their songs are so damn relaxing at times. This track also has quite a lot of Maynard vocals, which is one of the things Fear Inoculum as a whole has been missing most. It takes a nice heavy transition at the halfway point, full of great drum fills and a beautiful riff. Beastie riff.
Same, yeah.
Beastiful.
Beastiful.
One of the top tracks for me, for certainly.
For certainly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it. Hey, Joshua Taylor. They're all fucking showing, haven't they?
I know, it was 8 people. Fucking mate.
With the screen behind you, it looks like Tool are judging you, says Peter Goatley. Chances are they are, yeah. In fact, yeah.
Danny Carey is very much like...
Robert the fucking
that, yeah. This guy's
Rob,
hair.
you never fucked up your words. What are you got into?
Yeah. Eerie opening, almost like horror vibes. Maynard's vocals again do a great job of setting the tone of the song when they enter at the back of the field, almost like he's singing in a booth 2 doors down. They've always been great at arranging the music, but I would say they've somehow found a way to surpass the skills they've shown previously in that area. Staying pretty low key for the majority of the song, we get stronger attacks at around 6 minutes in, and it's just consistent from there on out. There is a slight feeling after this many listens of the album that for songs largely different in their build, there is a shared guise. I have no idea what the fuck that's supposed to mean, but
Tool hit you, man. Tool went crazy.
It means something. They're words, and I know them. Yeah, it's still a great track. Let's just leave it at that.
Chocolate Chip Trip. The track starts off with some expectedly strange
sound.
I forgot I was going first. So when I said before, oh yeah, it's one of my top tracks too, because I thought you were about Culling Voices, you were about the one before. That's fine. Yeah. Descending's not one of my top tracks, but it's still really good.
I really like it.
Anywho, Chocolate Chip Trip. The track starts off with some especially strange space age.
Fuck you, Peter Goatley. Peter Goatley. Peter Goatley.
That's actually pretty funny.
It is pretty funny and pretty accurate.
Titchy-poos.
Titchy-poo.
Starts off with especially strange space age synth sounds.
It's so excellent.
And slowly builds into one hell of a fucking drum solo lasting 3 minutes. 3 damn minutes, I said. Extremely impressive stuff. Danny Carey displays so many styles and techniques in this one track. Listen if you're a drummer of any kind.
Absolutely. With a title like that, you expect odd from the get-go, and for a filler song, as I will dub it, it's really jokes to listen to with the headphones on. Every synth note just bites you, and then the crazy-ass solo drumming out of the woods, which for me will never get boring. I could listen to it all day long because it's great. It's fucking great.
Remember the first time I listened to this, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
He's an incredible drummer, and you can tell that, like, he knows no bounds. Jazz, definitely. Jazz is like his thing at the beginning of everything. Like, that's where it all started. But fuck me, what an evolution. Listen to some of his like early stuff when he was like focusing on jazz. It's crazy.
Shall do. Give me a 1.
What?
Give me a 1.
Give you a 1. What?
Give me a 1.
A 1, a 2.
Give me a 2.
A 3.
Give me a 3.
I'm beating you.
Give me a 4. Give me a 5. Give me a 6. Give me a T.
Give me a T.
Seven Tempest.
7 Empest.
7 Tempest. Tempest spelled with a 7.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I hate the title. Is how I started this.
Yep. I can.
This is the last full-length song, and it is the longest at 15:43.
Yep.
It starts off melodic, and this time with quite a quick build. Crazy tool. Oh God, Naomi Faulkner's watching. Hey, nay, this is not for you. But you can watch me anyway with my manly physique. It starts off melodic at this time, quite a quick build. It kicks into fast-paced, energetic music. This track is really where guitarist Adam Jones shines most. Some of these riffs... It's got itchy eye, give me a second, please. I lost it. Adam Jones shines most. Some
of these riffs.
I got another message through. It's just Naomi Faulkner just distracted me. Yeah, sorry. Adam Jones shines most. Some of these riffs are fucking out of this world. Danny Carey is perfect to accompany this. Sometimes fall into basic drums, but that aids the beauty of the guitar work. Simply put, all members shine here. Best, to be honest, even not best. I wrote that last sentence 4 minutes ago. This insane instrumental part is still going on, and I have no issue with that. We get some more Maynard vocals towards the end as the track leads out to the outro. Thank God that's over.
Dig in, because at 15:43 minutes long, as Kieran said, Tempest is an immediate fire that wastes no time getting acquainted with your ear rolls and your balls. I love the drums in this song all the way, but the drum and bass section, 2 minutes 30 in, mate, the guitars are all round just awesome, and this is by far one of the best songs on the album, and even still, I'm not prepared for some sections of it, and I've listened to this album far too many times considering how fucking long it is. This is... Wait, I've already said that. This song is also, I can imagine... this song also, I can imagine, was a creative mountain to overcome, and I actually personally think they succeeded it really well.
Yeah, Tempest is one of the top tracks for sure. Now to finish off with the final track. Mocking Beat. Fuck you, Tool. Fuck you, right to hell. From Art of Greatness in 7 Tempest to 2 minutes of horrendous bird noises. Fuck all the interludes. Fuck you, Tool.
Fucking mate, that's strong. I've written quite noosebly, but I'm thinking that was probably just wishful thinking listening to this, and actually it's supposed to mean quite possibly the weirdest closer to an album ever. That bird smokes too much. It's like coughing and shit.
Oh yeah, it's dying. Screeching at times.
Yes.
Overall, taking out the dreadful interludes, this album is fucking great. The skill from every single member is fascinating and incredible. It definitely needs more Maynard James Keenan, though. That's for sure. I love long tracks and Tool do them especially well, but I would have swapped out... I wrote Descending, but I think I meant something else. I would swap out Invincible for 2 shorter tracks.
Okay. Understandable, actually, yeah.
Still amazing though, is what I put.
Yeah, I haven't actually written an overall for this because I already knew what I was going to give it. It is just a fucking awesome album. The filler songs, as I've dubbed them, are fucking strange, to be honest, and largely unnecessary, but overall, mate, just all of the S in one album, 13 years in the waiting, was probably, I would say, worth it. don't fucking do it again, or I will set your house on fire.
I think they're ready to the next album, apparently.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me really. I mean, the thing is, like, people are silly if they think that they spent 13 years writing this one album of material and fine tuning it for that long.
Yeah, no way.
Because no. But yeah, fucking excellent album. I'm really keen to see what you gave it.
I gave it 8 out of 10.
Oh, damn. Yeah. It was actually a little bit higher than I thought you were going to give it.
Yeah?
I knew that you'd been getting into them a little bit recently, but I didn't.
Just want to point out that Fear Inoculum is like 5 points towards this album.
Yeah.
The other bits that I like are the other 3. Fear Inoculum is one of the best songs of the year.
I would agree. Yeah, fucking tremendous album. And it also gets a 9 out of 10.
9
for me.
I want to point out before we go into the awards later that just because this got an 8 and something else may have got a 9, it may not be these 2 albums. Doesn't mean that because it's lower pointed, it's not a better album than that.
You will have to wait and see.
Yes.
Mate, fucking awesome. So, that's 2 reviews down.
It's time for a fucking tournament.
It is time for a tournament.
So because we haven't got this book, we can do it either in the order that I've written, or you can just choose a number between 1 and 10 as we go along, and we'll go there on the topic.
I mean, did you write it down in any specific order?
A random order entirely.
Let's just stick with that. It's easier. It's there. It is Beatles versus Queen.
We have 10 topics. We're gonna go through all of them. We're gonna choose and decide, then give the fan vote out, and then basically go from there.
Fucking
starting off with vocalist. Random, I just write one there. I was like, oh, I'll go there, and then realised because I thought you may choose like 3, then 9.
So let's give credit where it's due to start us off.
Yes,
John Lennon, fantastic vocalist, did great. Paul McCartney's all right too. Do you know what I mean? They both do a lot of vocal
work. Did they
work.
both do vocals for
Yeah,
bands?
absolutely. John was like the main one, I guess. But I mean, that's pretty much all that needs to be said. They were good for their time. They did a perfectly good job.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with their vocals, except the fact that they're not Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to probably go into all these in detail, but some of them they won't need to be.
This is one of them.
Freddie Mercury?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury is one of the best vocalists of all times, and definitely one of the best frontmen of all times.
Yeah, 100%.
So, Queen, get my vote.
Yeah, 100%. Cool.
See where the fans went.
And now we've lost the viewer. Oh.
Right.
Just out of curiosity, who did Titch vote for this election?
Not my place to say.
I will speak to you at some point, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Vocalist for Queen, 8. Vocalist for Beatles, 1.
Fair. Who was the one? Just
Luke Fisher hates Queen. I can almost guarantee he's voted against Queen on every single one.
Why?
He's weird, I guess. He might have issues. Anyway, he didn't like Avenged, so he's obviously got issues. Right, Queen take that win.
Yeah, man.
With the trio.
Easy win.
Current relevance in 2019.
Again, another really easy one, quite frankly. But it is fair to say that if they did a really good Beatles movie, that would probably ignite.
They did do a Beatles movie this year, but not really a biopic. It was more of a fictional where...
Precisely.
Yeah, a guy can only remember Beatles. No one else can remember Beatles.
Yeah, and to be honest...
Agree. Don't think we've spoken in the last 2 years, apart from Download.
Yeah. That's probably my bad. I've been just shit, quite frankly. I'm not going to make any excuses for myself. Current relevance, man. Fuck. Okay.
Queen are still in the charts.
They are still in the charts.
But Bohemian Rhapsody obviously helped out a lot, the film.
Yeah, and I think that is a large part of the reason why, for me, they're going to get the win, is because they've released a really good film. And to be honest, the film deserves props, because I don't think it would have done much for Queen's popularity in current day.
Wait, hold. Sorry, go on.
I don't think it would have done much for Queen's popularity in current day if the film was shit, with shit actors doing a shit job. It's the fact that like they did a really good film, and
Oh, that went wrong.
to be honest,
It's
deserves-
definitely helped. Yeah.
oh yeah, it has, yeah, 100%. But
Before I give our verdicts, before we give our verdicts,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're watching Disciples Reviews, Beauty and the Beast, or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
All three.
I think that's about Mock and Beat, the bird song.
Yeah.
Another award if you can guess. Now you've lost me. Onwards. Yeah, they're both still relevant for sure, but Queen are far more relevant.
Yeah, I would say so. Beatles will always have like a relevance that lives on, but it's not necessarily like in your face like Queen's is at the minute.
Let's see where.
Oh man, you already know. But it'd be good to get the exact figures. So.
Oh no, I don't know, but I would assume heavily.
You know. I feel like we should know. Oh my god.
That's the wrong one. Oh, that was me clicking on the 4 votes.
Sore spot, don't bring it up.
I'll bring it up when the time's right. 7-2 for Queen.
That's actually more than I thought Beatles were going to get. So Luke Fisher and who?
And Jamie Price.
Interesting. Current relevance. Jamie, please defend if you are still watching. Yeah, easy win. So, unanimous. Queen.
Cool. Yeah, Queen.
Best album next then.
Yeah.
Now this is going to be tricky, especially seeing as I don't know if I've got signal yet again. I've got a bit, let's give it a go.
Can I do the Wi-Fi?
I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi, but it's too late for that now. I'll do it next time. Spotify. It's alright, my data's working, so we're all good. I'll do Beatles, you do Queen?
Yes.
Best album. I feel like we've kind of been over this with both bands, obviously, previously.
Yeah, I'm just going to find out who we chose for Queen last time. I'm pretty sure it was... I think they got that rather than Beatles. No, of course they didn't. What did we decide for Beatles then? We decided for Beatles.
I think it was either Abbey Road or the White Album.
We were... Oh, fuck me, I've gone too far.
Or Sgt. Pepper's. No, it may have been Sgt. Pepper's.
Of course, I didn't write it down. We just discussed it.
That sounds like us. I mean, at the risk of inconsistency in continuity and everything else, I think all three of those stand a really good standing in that, really. That's difficult, to be honest. I think we went with Sgt. Pepper's.
I'm happy to go with it again.
However, I do have it in my mind that we might have been talking about the cover at that point, like the album art and stuff, potentially. But who the fuck knows? We're rolling with it.
I think with Queen, we may have gone for News of the World.
Yes, I think you are correct. Let me just remind myself of some of the tracks on there. So, yep.
I'm going to check Night at the Opera as well. Yeah, it could be that. Because think, man, fucking...
I think we actually did go for this, because this is Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
And You're My Best Friend.
Yeah.
I'm Loving My Car, still a good track. Love My Life.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, let's go with Night at the Opera. Oh, Christ.
And I'm going to go with Sgt. Pepper's is probably going to be the one.
Can I see it?
Yeah, yes. So you've got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. With a little help from my friends.
You get by.
Big song. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. LSD. Let's see what else. Good Morning. Lovely Rita. These are less popular songs, but still very good. And then for the White Album, you've got Back in the USSR, Oobla Di Oobla Da.
Hey, alright there, Jade. What the fuck are you doing over here? Yes, Jade, you're right.
She loves the Beatles. That's an interesting development, actually.
You don't love Queen?
Yeah, I mean, surely. While My Guitar Gently Weeps is another song on here. Wild Honey Pie, actually, I missed that one.
I joke that Jade's watching this.
It's...
I see any ears.
This is fucking tough,
Tesco crew.
bro. Abbey Road, I think we can rule out because it's come together.
That's more for the artwork, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely why it was like memorable, and the fact that it's like one of their last kind of efforts as a band. Let It Be was kind of known. that was kind of known to be their last work, and I think a lot of people kind of were like, about
Such
it.
a good song though. Song?
Shong.
I'm going to vote for Sergeant on that one.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you.
Night at the Opera for this?
Yeah, for Queen, you mean, or for the win?
No, for Queen.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I think overall, actually, seeing as I've just said it out loud anyway, I do think Night at the Opera is a better album than Sgt. Pepper's for me personally. And seeing as this is based on like our own personal thing,
I'm prone to agree with you, mate. Queen's
Beatle have done fascinating things over the years, and quite frankly, it would be an experience to be alive when they were like storming the world. But only because bands nowadays, like no one band has that much like.
She loves them because they're
captivity.
scouts, obviously.
Oh well, that does make a lot of sense.
Cameron, we've already spoken about Tories. You should probably just leave now, to be honest.
Who?
Right, Cameron at work.
Oh,
He's unfortunately a Tory.
yikes.
Right, let's check fan vote. Can you get fan vote up here so I've got the videos? Do you mind if it's working?
I'll let you know if I lose connectivity. Oh, I lost that a long time ago, my friend.
Well, we are thankful for all the people watching. Stick with us in the future for our future endeavours.
Yes, always. Every Monday. At some time. Where the fuck is it? Where is it?
Beatles were and still are overrated in my opinion. Just the right time, right place. Some better music in that area. Sorry. That's
right. That's the
opinion.
award. Is it this one? No. Where's the?
A goose.
Yes. Here we go. So best album, yeah.
Yes, please, sir.
7-2.
7-2.
7-2 to Queen. So the two being Jamie Price and Luke Fisher again. Because we haven't actually read them out yet, some of the people that voted for Queen would be Luke Powell, Jess Scheller, Chloe Wood, Courtney Wallace, Bruce Farley, Zach Daniels. I bet you get a lot of Jack Daniels quotes. Finn Dre as well, yeah.
Hannah Hill. Hello.
Hello.
I can already feel I touch my face.
Woo. Beatles were and still are overrated in my opinion, says Titch. Just the right time, right place, some way better music in that area. Do you know what? I will 100% agree with you. There was definitely something that caught the world by storm, and it's really difficult to actually place nowadays what it was, because when you think back to other music that was happening at that sort of time, there were a lot heavier bands, there were a lot poppier music, there was a lot of swing, jazz, and just rock and roll.
I don't think they were over. I think they started off rated well, but how they've. Oh, Bailey's watching too. Hey, big Bailey bollocks. I feel like they were rated high enough to get that big to start off with, but not to stay that big that long.
Yeah. It's amazing, really. It is amazing how much they did in like 10 years, but
it's amazing they got to the final of this fucking tournament.
Yeah, agreed.
They beat Metallica in the first round.
Yeah, fucked. Let's not go into that.
Guitarist,
cool. Mate, that's tough-ish. I think in terms of skill for their time, Beatles were pretty good. Like that was, I think, part of the attraction with what kind of brought them to the masses was the fact that they were kind of pushing boundaries for that time. However, Brian May.
I really don't want to be very biased in this one, but yes.
It's impossible not to be, quite frankly, and it's an opinion-based thing.
Yeah.
And your opinion is that he's a better guitarist, and mine is too.
And we're right. So, cool, Queen.
Easy
on
win.
To the final one for this round.
We need to check the fun goal.
Sorry, sir.
7-2 again. I'm starting to sense a theme. Jamie Price and Luke Fisher.
Yeah. How could you think of... Nah, I'm done. Right, on to the final one of this half. We're going to split the tournament into two and do an half in the middle.
You fucking saucy
I'm
devil.
pretty crazy when I get round to it.
Ooh. Start me off. Go on, fucking get me.
Showmanship.
Okay. Interesting.
Wap, wap, wap. Is it leading in the other direction? I think it might be. So, I got told off for calling him a cunt before, so I'm not going to do it. Sometimes Freddie Mercury was a bit of a prick.
Who told you off?
My mum. Why are you calling him Freddie Mercury cunt?
My mum.
Yeah, fair enough.
My mummy told me off and she slapped my wrist.
I did an apology the week after because of it.
Oh wow, damn.
I'm sorry, he was just a bit of a prick sometimes. So yeah, Freddie Mercury's a bit of a prick. He kind of disbanded the band to go do his own stuff. Showmanship was a bit down on the camaraderie between band members.
I would 100% agree.
Whereas I don't really think that any of that happened with the Beatles, unless I really don't know much about them, which is the case.
I think a lot of people would probably categorize showmanship in this case as, or they'd think of Freddie Mercury and think, well, he put on a fucking terrific show. Have you seen him live? And that's true. Freddie Mercury does. It's the fact that he has or had zero chemistry with the rest of the band in a lot of those instances. That's resisting the temptations. Just go,
yeah.
I would have fucking knocked you out, man.
You just took my cock.
Cocksucker.
Cocksucker.
I'm actually going to give this one to the Beatles, and it's a fairly easy win.
Yeah, Beatles for sure.
It is a fairly easy win, I'm afraid.
Let's see where the fans respectfully and honestly voted on showmanship.
Let's see, indeed. Wow. So I think somebody's made a boo-boo. So we have 0 votes for the Beatles.
Right.
We have 8 votes for Queen on showmanship.
Including Luke.
And we have 1 vote for showmanship.
Who's the vote for showmanship?
Bruce.
I think they've liked every single one, to be fair. And then they've actually voted as well.
Well, in that case, then he voted Queen. That's a different one entirely. Yeah. What are we on? Showmanship.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, Bruce, what are you doing? Yeah, he's there. Cool. Notice the one person that's missing from the 9 that have voted so far is Luke Fisher, and that's because he knows that Queen are going to get that one by the rest of the votes that were probably coming in.
Yeah, but that's the one. That's the one time where he's actually right. Anyway, fuck the fans.
For a
showmanship, come on, Freddie Mercury is one of the best showmen ever. So
who said this?
Bruce. So you're right, but showmanship kind of falls more into like the behind the scenes thing. So it's more. I don't know why I'm going Australian down again. So it's more like how he was with the bandmates, not great. How he was with press, not great. How he was with the stuff behind the scenes. While he was a good showman, that fits more into live show.
Mm-hmm. A good description. Cool. So that is Decipher Tournament. First half done and dusted.
They were, Sophie. They were pretty knobby to each other at times.
To be fair, both bands were pretty knobby to each other at different times. Yeah,
but I feel like the scale is higher for.
You need to understand as well that the Beatles were knobby to each other because not a single one of them knew how to comprehend the level of fame that they all just got skyrocketed to. Whereas with Queen, I think Freddie Mercury was perfectly comfortable with the fame and would have welcomed more if possible, and just used that as a reason to be a twat.
See,
sorry, Kieran's mum. I will deliver my apology on the next episode.
Let's go on to The Nothing by Korn.
Let's do that. That sounds like something that we should do now.
Yes.
Do you want me to open up?
Please, sir.
Just quickly, shares.
Yeah, but
the Beatles had loads of infighting. Yeah, this is true. Again, I attribute a lot of that to the levels of fame. All of them have done interviews in which they've specifically said that their lives have pretty much, been taken over by what they were doing.
They broke up because of Yoko, and while of course that's along with John Lennon, that's an outsider making it happen. That's not the Beatles making it happen. Although, okay, John did. None of them left for Higher Gain, so I'm going to do a solo album and basically fuck the rest of you guys. Whereas Freddie did.
Not true. Have to jump in and say that's not true.
Well, I watched a film and it told me so.
Which film?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, but that's not true of the Beatles that they didn't do that. They 100% did that. John Lennon.
But they didn't break up the band to do solo stuff, as far as I know. They did solo stuff after the band.
Subjective debate, 100%. I think John knew 100% that he was going to make a solo album and had already done material before that.
Well, fuck me sideways with a pitchfork.
That does sound quite painful. But moving on to The Nothing.
Never on a Tuesday. Yeah, nothing. The Nothing even.
So the end begins, which I am gonna jump straight on a ledge and say that is a fucking awesome track title. I don't know why. I just really like that, even though it's just like a tiny little opening with some real Scottish roots. It's a fitting opening for Davis, definitely awesome. But the crying is odd.
Sets the tone for sure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Beartooth crying, obviously.
I was quite intrigued to see what you made a bit after you said like crying in any song is a no.
Okay, yes.
He's gonna show some bias. He's gonna show some bias.
I'll get to that in a second at the end of the track. But a good little intro track that starts off with bagpipes reminiscent of Chutes and Ladders. The track gets darker and heavier as it goes on, with Davis's vocals getting heavier and ending with him making some strange noises as if he's letting out some deep mental internal pain. I assume this could be a very personal album. The crying was so... If it was just like crying by itself, I would have probably gone, no.
No.
However, it was jumbled up into this madness sound.
Yeah.
That kind of made it work.
Agreed. Cold. Straight in with a brutal first actual track, reminiscent of earlier Korn in a lot of ways, and you can really hear that the band have focused on returning... Oh, wait, what? Oh, retuning with one another. With one another, and it's paying off already. Great song, and the chorus is fucking awesome.
So I just, started with word, some heavy as fuck vocals to open the track, with some mind-jolting instrumentals. There's definitely an old school Korn vibe to this track. There's some pretty cool progression on this song as well, with the instrumentals sounding especially interesting towards the end. Whilst I mentioned the old Korn vibe, there's definitely new elements to focus on too. Great track.
Yes. You'll never find me. You can try. Continuing on the path of awesome, again, some trademark Korn things going on, and Davis's vocals sound fucking awesome. Great track and shaping the ground for a solid album.
Yeah, you'll never find me once again. That's not how I wrote it. You'll never find me once again, and even more so this time. This has old Korn all over it. Right from the get-go, you have this somewhat industrial sound with Jonathan's vocals over it, which leads to this kind of slower spoken part that just feels haunting.
Yeah.
The chorus is catchy and in a good way. The drums are prominent at times and work really well. Davis's vocals, heavy vocals and groans towards the end of the track, gives the impression of a twisted... Minch? Can't be minch. Minch is not a word.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Twisted.
That's just a scribble. Of a twisted mind.
Oh.
And the closing moments of the song portrays a twisted minch. The closing moments of the song portrays a strong mental breakdown. Another great track. Both of those have been underlined.
Excellente. The Darkness is revealing a much grittier tone on the guitars, but aside that, it's kind of following suit to the rest so far. Very similar in structure in these songs, but still all really awesome so far. Already more keen on this album than some of their previous releases leading up to.
Enough of that, please, Sophie. That's dirty.
What?
Twisted Minch.
Oh, wow.
The Darkness is revealing. For the most part, this is a... Was I drunk? I've been drinking so much less recently, so probably not. For the most part, this is the least heavy track thus far, although a lot heavier towards the end. It's not as good as the previous tracks, but it's certainly not bad. Now, while you talk about idiosyncrasy, I want you to take your time, because yes, I'm going for a wee.
Okay. On one condition. That when you're talking about idiosyncrasy, you take your fucking sweet ass time as well. It's a long one today, guys. Idiosyncrasy, a nice sense of something different here. Korn are a band with some solid strengths and a nice sense of something different here. Korn are a band with some solid strengths in a few different hats. Softer verses that stick in your head, but that awesome guitar run on the lead into the verses. Dutty, I like it. And yes, I actually wrote the word Dutty. Sue me. Whilst we wait, here is some interesting Korn facts that you may not know. The band spell the name with a K. Thank you for humouring me there. That's John the Tech Guy. I'm really busting for a piss, and I was literally planning on holding it this entire time, thinking, no, I'll troop through. I'll soldier on to the end of the podcast, this elongated podcast, this 50th episode special. And for what? And for what? For my back teeth to swim, quite frankly. I really need to be. And I can hear somebody else using the facilities. And it's making it worse. Korn are a band. Review. Well done. They are a band and we are reviewing them. That's an astute observation there, Sophie Ray. Hello.
Hey,
I think I kept them entertained well enough.
That's good.
Gonna pee now. Okay, bye. Please don't fart. People here.
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
So, I'm sure he kept you pleasantly entertained. Now, before I go into idiosyncrasy, I'm going to tell you a little story. So, I went through the YouTube comments for the first time months the other day, and I got called the ugly one on the left. Now, let me tell you something for a fact, young YouTube male that decides to comment on other males' physiques or looks. This is not my face. This is all fake. I wear it to make Rob look better, right? He's grim. I'm so sorry. He's not. But that's what I did to pass the time. So, if you think this looks bad, let me tell you a fun fact. I'm much funnier in person. Right, idiosyncrasy. Nice little build-up in the intro, leading into a chuggy-style riff. I know I keep mentioning it, but the outright heaviness of Jonathan's vocals is so impressive yet haunting. It's obvious that this is reeling from his estranged wife's death, which was accidental overdose of drugs the same day Davis filed a restraining order against her. The rhythm throughout, especially that little part in between the screaming and the chorus, sounds so good. The lyrics detail a hard time. Lyrics such as crawling down the path, I'm helpless, reaching for the light I see. That also feels like, and also that it feels like God is mocking him with the lyrics. God is making fun of me. He's laughing up there, I can see. It's painful to hear the struggle in his voice. There's so much going on, but it just works. Love this. Best track so far. Sophie, I feel like that was a perfect time to compliment me as a YouTube person called Me Bad. So, shut the fuck up, Sophie Ray. That's your real name. He's taken longer than I was, or maybe he's not, and I just speak quicker than he does. So, you're doing great, guys, apart from Sophie for a horrible comment. Titch, I love you. Oh, sweet Jesus. And those are two nostrils. Did you hear what I had to say? Because I'm not sure if you could hear from there.
I heard you were chatting some real shit.
Did you know this album was about his wife? Well, a lot of it was.
I didn't realise it was about his wife, but I knew just purely from the material that was produced that, wow, there's my nostrils, that he was definitely in a pretty fucking dark place.
Yeah, his estranged wife, the same... we did this news before, we may have forgotten. His estranged wife died from accidental overdose the same day he filed a restraining order against her. Oh. But a lot of these lyrics, especially there's one song towards the end, I can't tell what it is, because I can't remember, but it's powerful as fuck. But yeah, Idiosyncrasy is my favourite track so far.
Okay. Wait. Yeah. Wait.
The Seduction of Indulgence.
Yeah. A lyrically dark and twisted intermission. Like, seriously, it's really fucked up. And that's about all I wrote.
In my own way. How do we block people on this? I can't remember. I like how John, our wonderful tech guy, has put a laugh emoji in that. No. He can keep that, that's fine. But I'm fucking angry. Charming. Oh, because your mum said that. Her mum thinks I'm charming, so I basically have one. Because her mum...
Excuse me.
Like...
Hello.
His mum doesn't like him, does he?
Probably not.
Anyway, Seduction of Indulgence, another short interlude track, and once again the tone of the track drags you down into a somber place. It's very violent in nature, with the lyrics raping me, skinning me, stabbing me, not necessarily in that order. Powerful stuff.
Not necessarily in that order.
I meant the lyrics, not the actual actions.
Yeah. Thanks for specifying there.
Yeah.
You can really feel almost like an internal struggle listening to Davis sing through the lyrics in this song. And now that I know that information that you shared a second ago, definitely an internal struggle.
Yeah.
And it appears to take many forms and evokes many different emotions in him, which come through really well in the song. Musically,
finally free. Sorry. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Sorry. Yeah, musically still awesome as ever. I'm really enjoying the album so far. That's my bad. That's finally free.
Cool. Finally free. I'm liking the soft tone. Back an instrumental piece. That is what forms the intro and continues throughout the song. The lyrics really feel as though Davis is releasing a lot of his inner feelings. Enjoyable rhythm to the track too. The lyrics to me obviously point towards his estranged wife's death, as I've mentioned before. They're painful to read.
I'm not going to read the comment because you can do it instead because you'll ridicule.
Sorry?
Sophie Ray says, this all started because I was saying you were beautiful, Rob. Well, aren't you? Sweet.
Yeah.
But you also said another man's beautiful.
You can pay her later.
Damn.
Oh, let's see that you're beautiful too. That's nice, but you still ruined it within your own way.
So what did you think that in your own way was in reference to exactly?
I don't really know.
Oh, okay. Awesome power. Can you hear me? Is another strong song on the album. Stamped with your vital signs of chord, naturally. The chorus sticks in my head so much, and this album is such a good sound for them, in my opinion. It has a really good blend of heavy and softer sections.
Yeah, can you hear me? Again, really like the instrumental music from the intro and throughout. Somewhat synthy in style, but not overwhelming. It's a short track, but it's definitely effective. The track references change and struggle, which makes sense following the previous track.
Yeah, yes. The Ringmaster, then, is probably one that I'm least keen on so far, all in all. And even though it's not awful, it's just not great either. Guitars are really awesome, as is the theme for the rest of this album, quite frankly, is that the guitars are really awesome, but not much else to say about the Ringmaster.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the first track on the album that really didn't do much for me at all. It felt
so weird for us to be agreeing.
I know, it's probably have a fight or something. I'd say probably ready. Right, we're back in the action. It felt fairly samey all the way through. Shame, but only a small dip thus far.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Gravity of Discomfort. Definitely an improvement on the last song, though I must admit there's a common sound that I'm picking up on which gives away a bit at the breakdown section. And that reminds me of Super Old School Korn a lot. But overall, the track is good. The chorus is once again earworm worthy.
Gravity of Discomfort. Definitely getting a few more industrial vibes at times here. Davis's vocals hit so many ranges here, and it's certainly powerful and impressive. The outro instrumental part sounds great too.
Moving on to Hat de 3R. Harder. An unusual diversion slightly, and lyrically this song is a bit twisted and it makes me feel a bit like John's coming from a few twisted places himself, again. He seems to be referring to internal demons or voices that he has little control over. Some of the heaviest vocals I've heard from the band, and it helps make the song one of the top on the album, in my opinion. Despite the dodgy name.
Yep, along with Seven and Pest, I also have started with, of course, the name of the track annoyed me immediately. There are parts of this track where the vocals... There are parts of the track where the vocals remain soft, but the guitar and drum parts are pretty damn heavy. And that strange contrast somehow works fucking well.
I'm sorry, but the way that your head's lined up with the dude's hair behind, keep watching because there are like some parts where it just looks so real. Oh my god.
Amazing.
That is pretty fucking amazing. Where are we? The Loss.
No, I'm not finished.
Oh, sorry.
Whore. So the guitar parts and the drum parts are pretty damn heavy while the vocals remain soft, and that strange contrast somehow works fucking well.
James Reeves is watching.
He is. Hello, Revo. Just after the middle part of the song, though, damn, that sounds fucking mad in a great way. The drum beats as Davis loses his mind in the background into the heavy screaming, then the crazy sounding bass tones complementing the crazy guitar parts. The entire section there adds this song to a best song contender.
Awesome. This Loss, gritty guitars see us into the beginning of the end moments of this album. The most earwormy lyrics in the album, in my opinion. I want to take it back. I want it. That part is just like great song overall, and is making this a truly awesome work from the band.
This loss. Another great intro. I can't do this. Yeah, another great intro here. Intros have been expertly done towards the end of this album. The track is really good at showing off multiple styles that Korn executes seemingly so easily. It builds, it drops, then it builds again, always keeping me interested. Another top track. Another top track, yeah.
Excellent. Surrender to Failure. A quiet send-off with something quite different from Korn. They pull it off well enough, but don't have much to say. But it works. It's cool. Why not?
Yeah.
A bit weird again with the at the end.
Yeah.
And kind of all makes sense now.
Yeah, effectively an outro track rather than a full-blown song. Dude, this is a hard listen. It's soft yet bleak and dark. His final words on the subject of his wife's death, stating that he wishes he could turn back time, bring her back. And that her death gave him his own demons. The closing words simply repeat, "I failed." Deep stuff.
That was deep.
Yeah.
Overall, then, I thought it was a fucking awesome album. A really good album. Really deep and meaningful insight into some heavy emotions that Davis is feeling, and a good return to Korn. Unfortunately, under the circumstances, it's kind of a bit shit to say, but I actually do think it's one of their better albums.
Yeah.
A few songs and moments were a bit odd, but overall, I've got a solid number.
I'm torn between two numbers.
I have a feeling I know what they are, but
there are 5 top tracks here, and with Idiosyncrasy and Harder being the best 2. But even that last track, although I didn't underline it, it's fucking brutal.
It is, yeah. It's heavy going, man.
Alright, overall, this album is fucking great. Unfortunately, as we've mentioned before, tragedy creates powerful, emotional music, which usually ends up as great, although hard listening. This enabled them to also bring back a lot of old Korn style whilst remaining fresh, and it all sounds amazing. Just a fucking great album.
Apt as fuck.
Oh my god, I'm so torn.
Well, I'm going to start us off then. I gave it a solid 8 out of 10, and I mean, it was very nearly a 9. There were parts of it that were like,
I need to look over. It's only like the Ringmaster. Oh, cunts, man. Oh, okay. If I could give a point fucking 7, I would. But I'm going to the lower number of 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah.
So it was what? Between
9 and 10.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Definitely not what I thought. I thought it was between 7 and 8 for you.
Nah, it's fucking great.
It is a great
The first
album.
listen, I listened to it when it first came out, and I thought this is really good.
Yeah.
I'm listening to this again. I didn't until this week when I reviewed this, and then it's all brought back. And I would have gone. That would have probably been 8 or 9. But I was talking about it again. It's just gone. Maybe go it's close to a 10. But no, it's a 9 out of 10 for me.
Crazy. Fucking was not expecting that at all. But fair enough. For me, I did toy with the idea of a 9, but I just there were a few moments of the album that I was a bit like, okay. Kind of knocked it down a little bit, but not much.
Hope I made the right choice.
I think you did.
It's stuck now.
Yeah, it's in there now.
Right, back to the final part of Queen versus the Beatles. Let's get
Yes, let's fucking smash this.
shizzle started, sons.
We know what we want to see. However, we're not biased, so quite frankly, we'll see how it goes. Matey moo. So what have we got?
Fan base.
Interesting.
Quite a tight one, I'd say.
It is quite tight. I know who immediately gets an edge, in my opinion, because as overrated as they might be in some people's opinion, maybe quite rightfully so,
Leading Beatles.
I do. Queen are very universally loved just the same way, but nothing can really compare to the grandeur of the Beatles. I mean, we've probably discussed this before, but are we talking about the fan base that's ever been, or the fan base
It's kind of
that
a combination of both.
Because I would say that Queen have probably a bigger current fan base,
But that also comes on a current relevance. So we're kind of, while we are incorporating now, we're talking about the overall spectrum, which includes now, but also back then.
Beatles.
Yeah.
it was insane, man. Like the entire
Yeah, you can't
world.
downplay Queen, but Beatles.
You can't downplay Queen, but Beatles. You can't downplay Queen, not at all. But the Beatles were literally like a worldwide phenomenon. Unfortunately, it's got to be, but I'm pretty sure the fans would disagree. That rhymed. I wish I could do that all the time. I'm a poet and I didn't even realise. That actually kind of rhymed and that sucked.
Specifically said in the post, like, vote properly, and then that's why there's a separate one for your favourite best overall band. But it seems like last time was really powerful on the final, but not so much this time.
So, let's have a look. I've gone right past it, haven't I? Oh yeah, thank you. Well, okay, so that was a bit more of a split than I thought, but more people went with the Beatles.
Oh, they did. Okay, fair. Who are the splits?
So 4 people that said Beatles are Luke Powell, Chloe Wood, Jamie Price, and Luke Fisher. 3 people that said Queen are Jess Scheller, and Bruce Farley, and Finn Dre. I can't do a for you. So that's that.
I'm only joking. This is a really great show.
Who said that?
Bruce. Hi, Joe. I didn't realise you were there. Probably gone already. Maybe about the showmanship. I don't really know. We'll move on. Discography.
Yes. So overall discography, for me, a fairly easy win. But
yeah.
Let's discuss to some degree. Beatles had some pretty popular albums, but in my opinion, the songs that make...
Oh wait, more of Load, sorry. When Kieran looks straight ahead, he has the guy in the back photos. Oh, this is what you already said.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, well spotted. Actually, when I wrote Beauty and the Beast, Rob was the beauty and Kieran was the... I'm fucking sick of this fucking shit. Maybe this is the YouTube twat.
Starting to all make sense now.
Yeah, he's still watching me, yo. Crazy person. Sorry, yeah, Beatles discography.
I think, like they had popular albums, but I think that was just purely because the world were like fucking couldn't be saturated with them enough. For me personally, as a fan-ish, I would say that the good songs on those albums were like very few and far between. Like every album had a few like hits on, but then the rest of it's kind of barely forgettable unless you are a die-hard fan. And I don't actually think that the same thing really applies to Queen. I feel like a lot of their albums are quite studded with pretty
Tasty tracks.
Yeah. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Yeah.
When did I eat last? What's it today?
I just think it's jokes that both of our stomachs are going literally at the same time. Like I heard yours and I was like, wow, I'm hungry. Wait. For me, it's an easy win with Queen because I think that they've just got a stronger discography all round.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that.
We'll go Queen.
6 people agreed with us, 3 people didn't. So the 6 that agreed are Luke Powell, Courtney Wallace, Bruce Farley, Zach Daniels, and Finn Dre. And the Beatles were Chloe Wood, Jamie Price, Luke Fisher.
Right, it's worth pointing out we've got 3 more things left. It's now 5 to Queen, 2 to the Beatles. For Beatles to draw this, they have to get all the 3 next.
Okay.
And then the fans decide the winner. Image and artwork.
Interesting one, because the Beatles did have a pretty fucking like phenomenal kind of like image to them a lot of the time. Sgt. Pepper's cover is a pretty prime example. Like I'm pretty sure they did a couple of tours dressed in very similar sort of.
As is Abbey Road for sure.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, that's like one of the most fucking memorable album covers ever.
Queen are a lot more basic.
They are, and we've discussed this previously.
Yeah, the News of the World one is pretty pinnacle, but not in comparison to the Beatles ones. So artwork, I would say, is definitely them. They're the Beatles.
Image is again difficult one because Freddie really fucking like looked amazing on stage all the time, even when he wasn't trying.
Yeah.
However, the rest of the band had to give that spotlight to him, and I feel like that was the thing that he enforced upon them. I'm pretty sure they would have taken part in that were they given much of a choice. Maybe not. Who knows? But I think overall, the Beatles kind of did more with their image as well. So I'm actually going to give it to the Beatles myself this time. Every single one of them.
Bruce says, I liked all the Queen ones, but if there was one deliberation, it was on the fan base. And if it... Well, hey, Courtney. And if it was 50-50 points each, I would have given both the same. The fan base. Okay, fair.
Right.
If you could have given out of 100 for each, you would have given 50-50.
Right, okay.
So yeah, I agree with the Beatles.
Cool. So let's see what people said. Image and artwork. Interestingly, 5 to Queen, 3 to the Beatles. So people that expressed a win for Queen, if this will fucking load. Luke Powell, Jess, Courtney, Bruce, and Finn. And the 3 Beatles in this case are Chloe Wood, Jamie Price, and Luke Fisher. Yeah, I think I would agree with those 3 in this particular instance.
5-3.
Drummer is next. I'm sorry, but the quote, one of the most famous Beatles quotes is somebody asking, is Ringo Starr, I'm pretty sure I've said all of this before anyway, but is Ringo the best drummer in the world? And the rest of the band literally said he's not even the best drummer in the Beatles. Which is true. The others could play drums. Paul could play drums pretty well. George could play drums pretty well. Ringo was just there to fill the means at first, I think. I think they needed a drummer and he was there.
Now he's a tank engine.
Yeah.
I'm going Queen.
I'm definitely going to go with Roger Taylor in this particular instance.
Queen win the tournament.
They do.
Woo! The band I wanted from the start.
Yeah.
Who did the fans go for? We'll still go through the rest of it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So drummer, I feel like was down the bottom somewhere. Yep. Yeah, 5 people said Queen, 3 said Beatles.
Queen.
Queen.
Right. This is still a lot tighter than it was before the last final.
Yeah.
I think it was like,
last one was a fucking washout.
It was
100%.
2 to 8, I think.
Something like that.
So yeah, 6-3.
Live show.
Queen. We may as well just throw it off. Queen.
Yeah. I don't really think the Beatles poured much into their live show, and quite frankly, when they were doing a lot of live shows, they didn't fucking need to. That is the simplicity of it. By the time that Queen were really doing what they were doing, having a live show was just as vital about being a band as it was producing decent music. So yeah, they kind of, it's like ingrained by that point. Back in the 60s though, nobody really gave a shit whether you were jumping around stage. They did, and it's part of what like separated them from like the rest of like rock and roll kind of vibes, but not monumental. Nothing like what we would expect to see in a band these
Definitely
days.
Not.
So there you have it. That is the tournament.
Who was the fan vote for live show and then overall band?
Oh, right. So live show, 7 said Queen, 1 said Beatles. We know Luke is the man. And yeah, virtually everyone else said Queen. And then the best overall band, we already know where this is going. 8 to Queen, 3 to Beatles. So they were always going to win.
Nice.
Paul Pollington is one of the new voters for the best overall band. Could have voted on the rest, Paul.
I know, Paul.
Alright, Paul.
Right.
Eyeball Paul.
Let's go on to our picked reviews.
Yes. What? So, wait. Yes. Who's going to go first? Who should we...
I feel like we was carrying on in the way we used to, which was... It was always Kira and Rob. So you can close the reviews with Old Bridge and I'll start with Avenged.
I figured that you would actually want to do it the other way around. The last band.
I really did want to.
So let's do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
100%. Let's move on to Alter Bridge.
I thought of suggesting it. I thought no, that's just rude.
No, this has always been like the thing that you started, and quite frankly, there's got to be something to make up for the Avenged special.
It's gonna happen one day, I swear.
All right, I believe you.
So yeah, I picked Hail to the King by Avenged because I wanted to put Avenged out there again. Oh crikey! Yeah, sorry, John, boy, it's Avenged this time. We were slightly over. We swapped it on the fly just to piss you off on the last day. Sorry, guys.
So wait, who? No, he had it right.
Oh no, yeah, don't talk. Just fuck me. Just kill me. Wake me up inside.
Thank you, John. For putting up with our shit for like 30 episodes. Cool. So, Walk the Sky is Alter Bridge's newest album, and let's find out. what we think of it. So,
Yeah.
One Life to start us up is a cool little open. Oh wait, do you want to go first?
I want to go first on. I want to go.
Avenged.
I want to go second on Avenged.
Right, so you should go first now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
Wouldn't you rather?
Where did I start this album? Oh God. Oh
Wharton Collis.
shit.
What?
There was a third separate piece of paper that is on my bed.
Fantastic. On the fly.
On the fly.
Cool. One Life.
I will probably. Sorry, just quickly. Sorry. I will actually do this in the comments tonight. Probably, I will post a written version of my review.
Fair. All right. I will hold
Cool.
you to that.
But I'll still go along as it we go.
Cool. One Life.
Wow Club. I'm sorry.
Clow. What? What?
Wow Club.
I'm desperately trying to think how this works because
Clobbert.
Clobbert, yeah, all right, Clobbert. That doesn't make sense because it's Wharton Collis. You need both names there. You can't say Clobbert. What is it? Clobbert Relevant.
You called me
Is that too much of a
Warty.
fucking mouthful for you? Is it?
You called me Warty apparently.
I did. Who?
The tables have turned. She's getting very aggressive.
Oh fuck. Oh, Wharton Collis. Okay, fair enough.
Can we start this fucking review, please? I'm so
Called you
confused.
Wharton. As in you have warts on your knees, not that you're just an overall wart.
Clobbert
Yes.
Rement.
Moving swiftly on. So One Life, the opening little track.
Yes, certainly.
Go for it.
Oh fuck, it's me first.
Do you want to just go second on both?
No, it's
Are
fine.
you sure?
Yeah. Actually, I do because I don't want to hear what you say about the song. I'm like, yeah, sorry, mate. Fucked it real big time.
I hope you like Suits because he's about to follow one.
Here in Keithy, let's just stop. Rofi say. Goodbye, Rofi say.
Yeah, cool little opening. Made what happened next more surprising, and that's basically all I said about One Life because it was just a very slight thing into awesomeness.
How many needs have you create? So stop.
How many needs have you create? 3 apparently is the answer to that question.
Right, yeah, One Life, it's a short track. I like it. It doesn't really add much to it. It kind of leads into the next track, but it's nothing like overwhelming.
No, I think the next track stands alone on its own pretty well.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather is a fucking beast of an opener. Immediately, my nerves of listening to this album after the last one are lifted significantly. The chorus is just the catchier. What?
Mm.
The chorus is really catchy. Essentially, is what I think I tried to say in my fucking sleep-deprived state yesterday. The chorus is it's catchy,
Just across the way.
and the riff is sweet as fuck.
Cool.
Because it's got that
Yeah.
fucking.
Let me just check my paper. Yes, wouldn't you rather?
Yeah.
Yeah, really good song. I really enjoyed it. Still, I need more from Alter Bridge, but this is one of the singles. This is like the one. This is like my most listened to Alter Bridge song this year because of being the first one out. I just spam the shits out of it.
Yeah.
Hoping it would grow on me, and it definitely has as has the album.
I've just casually got my arm on Miles' shoulder right now. What a good man to lean on he
He's
is.
smelling my hair, so
He's smelling my hair, so alright, you win. It's not a fucking competition, mate.
when it comes to Miles Kennedy, it fucking is.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
Or Avenged.
Or Avenged Sevenfold. Cool. In the Deep is the next song. Are you finished with?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather?
Yeah.
Didn't expect the album to take a break from the punch so early on, but it's actually a pretty song, very catchy and interesting melodies. And that was.
Yes. Interesting use of synth here. I feel like it builds up. It looks like it's going to build up quite a lot, then doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes. In the Deep.
Yeah.
Complete. This is bad. I'm sorry.
This is bad. Godspeed. Right, let's just fucking get it all out there now, okay? Have to be honest, this is a bag of grated cheese. It's not exactly awful overall, but that chorus is a problem. That is a fucking problem. It needs to have a look at itself. It is a fucking problem. Corny doesn't even fucking come close, mate. Corny Wallace.
So I remember a fair bit of this, and I started off with
I bet you wish you fucking didn't.
I'm very torn on this track.
Kimberly Collins is now watching.
Hey, Kimberly Collins. I'm very torn on this track. I do like it. It's not a bad song. However, the chorus is overly cheesy, and I can imagine that people would be like, I looked at it earlier and definitely thought they were part of fag butts. I'm just going to take one of those from you, thank you. You can't do that.
I'm getting another.
Oh, I thought you were like, I won't have these now. Yeah,
God.
cheers. Okay, couple. John
Say goodbye to those.
No, it's good. We're a professional podcast.
I mean, who gives a fuck? It's 50th episode.
And I won't take
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I fucking love Twitter.
Shout out to Ree as well. She didn't get shouted out because she's not on the computer, but she gave us snacks, man, and squash. Just squash.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you were like, I can't give a shout out to Ree, man, because she's a snack. I was just like, oh,
She gives us snacks, I said.
I was just like, fucking hell, man. That's a bit forward, isn't it?
Apparently, Godspeed is Tremonti's favourite track.
That's despicable. What is the matter with you,
I've seen
Tremonti?
comments on Twitter saying how it's a lot of people's favourite track, and I'm just like, it's one of the worst.
It's
I
like
do
the
like
worst fucking thing. Although Pete, because I was there when I listened to this song for the first time, Pete was with me, and he was just like, "There is a part coming up, and when you hear it, you will know." And I was just like, right, okay. And like the song started off, and I was just like, okay, this is alright. This is a bit lacking in something. I wonder if, literally, I look up at Pete, and he's going like perfectly in time with it. I was fucking. That was it. I was dead for the rest of the night. I could
That
not
bit
breathe.
is overly cheesy. Both me and Pete have said that we can just imagine like the crowd, like,
It's-
it's like really over the top.
Yeah,
and
it's a dreadful chorus.
I feel like they tried to make a new Blackbird, and it just didn't work out for them.
I just feel like this was like Hallmark for the sake of being Hallmark, and it really did not satisfy at all.
No.
However, we move on to Native Son. Do
Yes,
I have
we
your
do.
attention?
You do.
Thank you for redeeming yourself, AB. Blistering and absolutely fucking amazing song where Miles' vocals are truly something awesome over those guitars, and the drums are like perfect for purpose. Quite possibly the top of the album for me.
Yeah, it's also possibly the top of the album for me. I haven't decided favourite track 'cause it's so difficult in this album.
Yes.
Yeah, Native Son's great. I like the guitars, the drums good. I think it's said it's the first track where I can feel Miles has a bit of passion behind him.
I don't know. I kind of got that with "Wouldn't You Rather," but yeah, I can still see where you're coming from with that.
Good, and that's what I'm going to say about that for now.
Yeah. Cool. More in the review later.
Yeah.
Take the Crown.
Yeah.
Further demonstrating the heavy guitars that the band seem to have adopted for sections of this album. It's a really good thing to hear, but again, a slightly cheesy. Oh my god. Oh,
Really cut out.
that's strange. Yeah, overall, wait. It's a good thing to hear, but again, a slightly cheesy chorus for me. Overall, a good song, but yeah, some cheesy things remain from the last album, it seems, because I basically thought the previous album was pretty much cheese on top of cheese, like a 4-cheese pizza.
Ah, that's good.
Except
At
I
work-
like pizza.
Fun fact, at work I have mozzarella dippers which have like sprinkled cheddar on top, and I dip it into blue cheese dips. That's three
That
cheese.
sounds a lot more riveting than the last album does. It really does.
Yeah. Mozzarella dippers are my last hero.
Yeah.
Ghost, Take the Crown. It's like a ghost walking. That's my god. Yeah, Take the Crown. Stop rolling. Fucking pens going everywhere.
Right,
yeah, I enjoy it. I like the track. It's one of the better ones out of the singles released before.
Yeah.
At this point, I'll probably say it in Dying Light as well, but the singles make a lot more sense once they were part of an album.
Right.
I'd say. That might be my overall. You'll probably hear that again. Other than that, I like the theme of the song because it's about crowns and I'm a king. Rolling Steams here. Yeah, a good song.
Indoctrination. A very strange song for me. I'm so torn directly down the middle. There are some great elements to it, but something about it doesn't sit tremendously well on my ears at first. However, I have grown to really like it since.
One of my top tracks, potential favourite.
Ooh.
Yeah, it
definitely wouldn't go that high.
Starts off like nice and cool, like, a bit dark, a bit haunting, and then there's that first, maybe, I think it's the first ever time, that scream that you get in the background. It does that all space age shit, and the synth. It's fucking great. The the lyrics seem more like
meaningful and like flow.
Yeah, like it's actually about something rather than other stuff.
No, I can. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, proper good all the way to the end. That song.
Excellent.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned something about the outro being good as well.
We'll find out. The Bitter End. So, okay, it's a good song demonstrating Miles' ability. Still a bit of like a hallmark thing going on in places, but this carries the weight to pull it off, I think.
Yes, Peter.
Agreed, Kieran. Yeah, awesome.
Can't do its hand.
The sections of this song flow to build this anthem feel.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The Bitter End, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what I wrote all for this one. I'm pretty sure I liked it. Maybe not up there with the best, but still good. It's a short track, I believe.
Yeah. Pay no mind! Another pretty sweet song, catchy chorus that I would have preferred to have heard over more guitars and less violins myself. But the blend isn't really that bad at all. I love the use of additional instrumentation in this album for the most part.
Yes, this song is one of the lower ones down, I think. It's good, and I referenced little cock doggies.
They're called cocktail weenies. Oh, it's so nice, it's so nice. I hope I weenie.
A rat race.
Sorry, Ray. I could smell them.
I'm going to take one more and I don't even like them, actually.
What?
Just eating them.
How can you not like Twiglets? Do you like Marmite? Yeah. I'm not eating your food.
Right, pay no mind. We did a reaction video about it. Watch that. It's grown on me since the reaction video, but it's still not one of the better ones.
Okay.
I would even start you off with the next name of the track, but I don't remember.
Right. You are
a
goddess. A Twiglet goddess. And quite a snack, apparently. Like,
John's even given a description of the, if they don't like these, I keep
the
eating them.
crime.
Also, Mum, if you're watching, I fancy pizza after this. Just let you know. Anyway.
Can you imagine a Twiglet pizza?
See, my diet's going well. Oh, that sounds grim.
Oh, man, that sounds so good.
Right, the next track, which of course is Forever Falling. Am I right?
And we're so professional that we're going to carry on delivering this to you with mouthfuls of Marmite flavoured wheat snacks. Are they wheat? I think they're wheat.
Is it Forever Falling?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, mate.
Forever Falling now.
For me, it was cool, but misleading, as the opening that gives you a feeling of a slower song than Boom. And finally, Tremonti makes a vocal appearance, because so far, throughout the rest of the album, I didn't really pick up on him singing.
Godspeed.
He may have. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't really... Yeah, I fucking hate that song, so...
I'm going to stop doing these after these two.
Alright. To further solidify that, I'm going to move these over here.
You made the right choice.
Yeah, finally, Tremonti makes like a substantial vocal appearance, because it may be me, but he hasn't paid enough, or it may be me that hasn't. What's a Twiglet? Get the fuck out. Go back to Liverpool.
Wow, you don't even know. Oh, you do actually. Yeah, sorry. This just to show her, and also a beat system. This is a Twiglet, little stick thing. 80% whole wheat flour.
100% awesome.
Forever Falling Down. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait. No. Because Tremonti makes a substantial vocal appearance finally, and it may be me that hasn't paid enough attention, but where the fuck has he been? It's a pretty good song with a sick solo to lead us into an outro.
Forever Falling, one of my top songs on the album for sure. Love Tremonti's vocals, the little bits from Miles here and there. I believe he has like some high points, but even Tremonti has high points now and again. I think it's 1-9 he says a few times where it goes a bit higher.
Whole wheat flour for days.
Forever falling down. Yeah, quality album. I'm pretty sure I mentioned the outro is fucking fantastic too.
Album, song, or both?
Outro.
Both. Clear Horizon. It took me more than a few listens, but I have grown to appreciate this song a little bit more.
We're different on this album.
It's not that it was ever truly awful. However, it felt very similar to many other tracks on the album. There was a feeling of deliberately epic or like going out of their way to create hallmark going on. It's not necessarily at a level that ruins the album for me. However, songs like this make it too obvious to ignore.
I was already really annoyed that I forgot this piece of paper, but I'm especially annoyed now that we're disagreeing quite a bit because Clear Horizon, one of the top tracks on the album. I just know I really like it, and there's really good parts in it. I've lost myself now.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's strange. Considering we've been kind of pretty consistent with each other this entire time.
Not this time.
Walking on the Sky. Right. Oh, yeah. Walking on the Sky. Twiglets. You can joke on them. Slightly unusual for Alter Bridge, but breaks the mould from what I was talking about a moment ago. A mix of elements come together here to form a pretty sick song. The discordance in the chorus works really well, and the quiet section after the second chorus just adds to it as well. Before Miles belts out some of the greatest lyrics. It's a really great song.
Yeah, I also like the song
so much.
There's a point where it sounds kind of mystical or majestic, or maybe both, where it kind of sounds like they're going through the sky on clouds, and that's Walking the Sky. Other than that, yeah, it's up there. I do enjoy it.
Yeah. Tear Us Apart.
Is this the penultimate song?
Yes. Cool. What a roller coaster. Not a fan of this chorus. Cheesy, made worse by a flow that's only good for cheesy. I can't actually remember the lyrics or what it was at this point, but I remember listening to it and being like, I'm just going to skip this every time I listen to this album from now
on. Agreed on cheesy, but not so much as Godspeed.
No.
However,
I don't think many songs would ever top that.
I remember specifically opening this with warning, do not listen to this sound at high volume, because the guitar parts, for most of it, especially during the chorus, it's overwhelming, and I think it's just badly
too
mixed.
Much, yeah.
It's just not really it all, actually. But it sounds, just go listen to it at high volume for a while, and you'll see what I mean. It just doesn't sound very good, and unfortunately, low point in the album.
Dying like them. Redemption in the form of a pretty awesome album close. It's not, that's not to say that it's perfect, but I think it's in the perfect spot on the track listing. The chorus is awesome, has that epic feeling without being overdone like some of the rest of the album is, and make that solo a solid close to a fairly strong album.
Right, I've got the last two sentences of this. So I remember that opened with Dying Light, what a great name for a track if you're a gamer. And the song's fucking brilliant. It is the best song that was a single before the album came out.
Okay.
Love it. There's high points in his vocals. It's great.
Which one did we react to? Sorry, was that
Pay No Mind?
Well, okay.
Something probably keeps me interested, and Miles fucking and Kennedy's vocals are just amazing. One of the top tracks for sure.
Awesome. So overall then, I think without the cheesy things happening here, this would have been a tremendously high scoring album, and in my opinion it's leaps ahead of its predecessor.
Right, I've actually got this. Overall, holy shit, I'm so back in the game. Overall, this album grew on me when it first came out, and I really enjoy listening to it. The singles all made more sense when listened to in order with the album. However, whilst listening with a reviewing ear, it's still really good. A word I've used too much in this album because that's it. It's just good. So imagine all those songs that I didn't just have. Imagine I I remember halfway through I had written good about 6 times already, and then loads more. So I just kept using the word good, which is not very thesaurus of me. But yeah, it's just the problem is that's it. It's a good album. I need to get used to the point that we're probably never going to get a Fortress again.
No.
It's definitely better than The Last Hero by a mile. But that's where it stays. It's Last Hero, that, and then whatever those 3 are. I can't decide the order now. And Fortress. Some great moments, but overall good to very good.
Yeah. I gave it a 7 out of 10. What about you?
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, definitely a relief after the last album, I must admit. And that was What the Sky. Cool. So does that bring us on to our last review and then the awards?
Yes.
Awesome.
Now I'm going to mention some more at the end, but a quick little note: we've had at least 5, mainly closer to 10 viewers the whole way through. Very thankful for that.
Yes.
But where the fuck have you been? Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King. Once again, please fire us off.
Cool, so we start with Shopify.
Yes.
Regardless of what you feel about this album, this is an opener and then some. The beast of a riff will live on forever, and quite frankly, this is just a top way to open an album, in my opinion. I will point out from a very early point, if any of you don't know me, I am a fairly big Avenged fan, but it took a long time to get to grips with this album for myself. I originally really didn't like it at all. However, I have always liked this song.
Yes. Shepherd of Fire, starting off with bells and the fire from hell, the opening guitar tones and drums get me excited for the track. The lyrics are blatant of topics of the devil and going through sins.
Yeah.
The guitar solo is awesome and the entire song gives an old school feel. The spoken word part gives a dark feel, and the closing drums show Aaron Elijah plays the style given to him well, specifically the style given to him well.
More on that another time.
Great opening track.
Yeah. So then we move on to Hail to the King. It's strange because notoriously I really didn't care for this album at first, but this song has always been just simply good. Again, I attribute most of it to Sin and Zach, if I'm honest. However, great solo, and to be honest, the song in general was just catchy as fuck. Right the way from the first.
The King.
Yeah, that fucking ear sex right there.
Hail to the King, another great song that gives the vibe that it will go down extremely well live. Obviously, I'm kind of try to write this from a perspective of I've not listened to it 1,000 times already. I can confirm it goes down very well live, but it's definitely an arena feel song.
Yeah,
when you're trying to hail, and also so on and so forth. Yeah, Shepherd of Fire.
He says my little boy's favorite. Yeah, that's the little dude's favorite. And yeah, it's fucking awesome. Quite frankly, that is parenting done correct.
So the opening guitar riff is fucking great. It's definitely a song you can sing and chant along to. The drums accompany the guitar as well as it heads into another fantastic solo. The title track is always important on an album, and this delivers.
Awesome. Cool.
Everybody's doing that time.
Yeah, doing time. Underrated in my opinion. I can see why for old school fans of Avenged it's quite different, and maybe a little bit too different to get to grips with, like the rest of the album pretty much was for me. But actually listening to this from an individual point of view without that thought, you've got a really good song with a fucking blistering solo.
Yeah. This is a fun fact for you and for everyone watching. This is the only track on the album to feature an expletive, and it's only just the one.
To feature a what?
Expletive.
What?
Fuck.
Huh. What?
Yeah, only one.
No. On the whole album?
Whole album.
Crazy.
The opening lyric... Oh yeah, sorry, it's a fun little track that even features a little bit of screaming, which is always nice. The opening lyric, if walls could talk to spill the lies, we see the world through devil's eyes, are really well written and make you think for a moment. It's not up there with the best of the album, but it's still a good track.
Interesting to hear what you think of This Means War. It's a good song and guitars cannot be faulted. The drums I do feel should have been made so much better, and over the years I've come to learn that that's no fault of Aaron. So fair. But yeah, that was the only real thing that kind of let this down for me. I feel like this song screams for slightly better drums or slightly heavier drums, more going on the drums. But again, we've come to learn that that's not necessarily the fault of the drummer in this case.
So here it is, one of the most controversial Avenged Sevenfold tracks of all time. A track that is so similar to Sad But True by Metallica. It is indeed one of my least favourite tracks by them, of any of their albums. I still like it and never skip it, because I never skip any song, because I'm not that kind of guy. The solo is still impressive, but the track just it feels like it lacks, and the layout isn't massive to my liking. I need more going on, and I want my chorus to be more than the song title repeated. It's a shame as it drags the album down a bit.
Only a bit though. I really can't shake the feeling that I'm going to rank this higher than you, and that's sad, man. That's scary thoughts.
I feel like we're going to get the same.
Okay. Requiem, an interesting thing to hear from Avenged, and even still is a bit like, huh? When you kind of listen to it every now and then. But again, that solo is just maddening, and I will say I'm not the biggest fan, but it's all right.
Let me stop you right there. Requiem, underlined.
Oh,
I love the Latin intro into the heavy banging of the drums and the guitar tones. It feels like a religious epic. It feels like a religious epic is about to kick off. The lyrics, darkness, Lord, your mercy shall I gain. Oh, stop that again. The lyrics, darkness, Lord, your mercy, oh, no.
I shy.
If I don't look, I know the lyrics. The lyrics, darkness, Lord, your mercy shall I gain. I still fucked it. Darkness, imprisoned in me. Darkness, Lord, your mercy shall I gain. Strike the match, engulf the earth in flames. Proves my point here about the religious epic. In fact, there's a lot of religious and or apocalypse style writing throughout. Once again, the solo kicks ass. Did I really write that? Also, once again, the spoken word part adds a lot to the track, sounding great, especially this time leading into the Latin lyrics again. When this album first came out, this was my favourite track. It's still near the top.
Mad. Yeah, definitely far away from me. But Crimson Day, beautiful song from start to finish. Gems like this make me eternally grateful for listening to the album through properly. Initially, I couldn't listen to it because I was stubborn to the sound that we had come to expect, but Shadow sings this song with perfect care, and it works extremely well.
Crimson Day, yeah? Can you repeat all of that? I definitely wasn't listening. I'm so sorry.
A beautiful song from start to finish. Gems like this make me eternally grateful for listening to the album through properly. Initially, I couldn't listen to it because I was stubborn to the sound that we had come to expect. However, Shadows sings it with perfect care, and it works really well.
I haven't written this anywhere, but Shadow's vocals really fucking started shining here. I feel like his vocals improved. Like, I still prefer his old vocals, like Nightmare vocals. And, yeah, Nightmare vocals, self-titled. But in terms of actual technique and ability, they've gotten better.
Yeah, he's a stronger singer in this album.
For sure, and it shows in the stage as well. Anyway, yeah, Crimson Day. Here we have it, the signature ballad of the album. It's a slow one, and it's not up there with the likes of Seize the Day and I Won't See Tonight Part 1, but it's still good and enjoyable. The little space-style sound after the lyrics, a timeless flight to reach the stars, sounds so fucking good. It's unexpected in this track, but it's the first tiny hint of what's to come. More on that later. Anyway, a good chilled ballad, a chilled ballad, not in this country.
Nope.
But not up there in terms of this album or their ballads as a whole. Instrumentals still impress.
Cool.
But not. I really like it, but it's not.
It's a good song, but it's not up there with like the other songs from other albums that you would hold in that category kind of thing.
And even songs on this album.
Yeah, fair. Heretic. I'm not gonna lie. All I've written is it's alright. I don't have huge amounts to say about it. Certainly not a bad song, but it doesn't grip me if I'm honest.
Alright. No, Heretic, I quite like the lyrical content of this song, whilst there's questionable lyrics, such as Mad Men Give Men... Nope.
Mad Men Give Men. Manly man. Woohoo.
Questionable lyrics such as Mad Men Define What Mad Is. That lyric was like... It's sang well, and it kind of sounds cool, but when you just look at the lyric without hearing it, Mad Men Define What Mad Is, like, yeah.
It's a given.
The majority of it feels like it tells a story, the song, that is, obviously. The guitar work in the second half is amazing, and I love the mystical music in the background. And damn, what a solo.
Yeah.
Overall, a really good song.
Okay. Cool. What was that, Heretic?
That was Heretic.
Cool. Coming Home. different from what you would expect again, but it's okay. I actually quite like the lyrics, but it doesn't floor me as a song.
What the fuck? Oh, mate, this is... Oh, we have differed.
Quite largely, I think, yeah.
Coming Home. Fuck, what an amazing track. The rhythm throughout is always interesting to hear as it takes you on a bit of a ride. The little drum/guitar duo in the middle section is simplistic but great and leads to a fantastic solo that when you think it's about to end just gives you more. The lyrical content is relatable about being away from home for a while and just looking forward to getting back. And this is arguably M Shadow's best vocal work on the album.
What the fuck just happened? We may be experiencing another technical issue.
We may not be live.
We may not be. And in actual fact, 2 minutes and however long.
2 hours.
Yep, that's what I meant. At 2 minutes, we're fucking flying. Wouldn't you rather?
Bear with us. But yeah, the fact you don't have coming home, that's mad.
It's not that it was a bad song by any means at all.
No, it was just still showing. It was just on our screen, as we were. What do you say?
Yeah, not that it was a bad song by any means. It didn't knock me down to the floor.
Oh mate, it's just so good. Maybe my favourite song on the album. Maybe
Unlike Planets.
Hey Pete, thanks. Planets, yes.
Aside. Sick song. I love the discordance in places. It makes this song truly haunting in some ways, and the drums finally being allowed to open up a bit. And would you believe it? It sounds fucking great. Never tell a drummer how to drum is basically the biggest lesson that I think every band should take from this album. Overall, fucking great song.
Yeah, Planets, time for the 2-song epic closer.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, Planets, which is the beginning of a battle of the universe, basically. A lot of religious references here. Most notably for me, my favourite part of the song, as Shadow states, take heed, the violent march is closing in, you can't defeat them on your own. Weapons are loaded for the final stand, and they're all aimed at you forever. That fucking bit. That last line
epic,
makes me jizzle. There's just something powerful about those lyrics and how Shadows delivers them. Sinister Gates and Zack Avengers delivers such amazing guitars.
Yeah,
towards the end of the song, a perfect setup for part 2, and maybe the heaviest track on this album with Requiem.
Mad. Okay, fair. But we move on to Acid Rain. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. If you hate it, I'm gonna kill you.
Uh-oh. Nah, mate. What a truly
so
fucking
good.
Remarkable close to an album, sung beautifully, and if I'm honest, I wouldn't change a single thing about it. Emotive lyrics that just really make you realise everything that these guys have been through, and they still continue to make incredible music.
Mm-hmm.
The solo in this song even adds to its message somehow. Like, the guitar work with no lyrics can just carry on delivering the rest of
Tells
the fucking
story, man.
It does, man, and I'm fucking dangerously impressed with that. Influences of Floyd can actually be heard throughout in places. Absolutely melting way to close an album, and I have over the years built a love for it.
Yeah,
This is still to this day one of the top Avenged tracks ever for me.
yeah, I
which
agree.
is a lot.
It's my favourite closer that they've done, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I would 100% agree. What's the final song on Self-Titled?
Dear God. You've got Shattered by Broken Dreams on Sound Seven Trumpet. You've got And All Things Will End on Waking the Fallen. You've got MIA on City of Evil. You've got Dear God on Avenged Sevenfold. You've got Save Me on Nightmare. You've got this on this, and you've got Exist on the stage.
Exist is a great song.
Exist is fucking fantastic.
Definitely up there in terms of the closers. We're taking a pretty fucking massive tangent right now, but
Save Me is fucking brilliant as well. My God, what a song.
I even quite like MIA.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
I haven't always felt that way about it, but
no, when I first got the album, that's one song I didn't like. Wasn't saying it's all special, but that's probably 3 years time. Anyway, yeah. So Acid Rain. I mentioned Crimson Day being the signature ballad on this album. Well, it has 2. So fuck you. And this one is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Acid Rain is a fallout of the war in Planets, and it is beautiful. It's a slow and melodic piece that starts with a simple piano that blows into this full musical piece that sounds somewhat calming, yet the lyrics are obviously about impending death / the fallout of death. Lyrics such as "Not even stars last forever." What a fucking
Yeah.
lyric! My goodness.
You just hang on every word, don't you?
Yeah,
You
legit.
literally hang on every word.
And also the lyric "Life wouldn't be so precious, dear, if there never was an end." Also, that hits home. Like to think about it like that. Yeah. Oh, it even says there, it hits home and a fair bit and makes you appreciate life a bit more. The harmonies and symphonics on this track add so much more feel to the story being told. The short part before the solo really tells the story that it's a couple or a family having their last moments together, and the closing "Send Us Home" lyrics could either just depict them accepting death or wishing to be safe again. The song and album simply closes with the sound of rain. As mentioned earlier, the small part in Crimson Day, and definitely these last two tracks signal the start of the stage's thought process with space.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking amazing song.
Yeah, man, fucking. So overall, I've literally just put from dislike, quite frankly, because that is what I felt about the album when it first came out and I first gave it a listen to. I really couldn't get to grips with it at all. From dislike to one of the most important albums of the band's catalogue, I would actually say.
What?
Not one of the best, but certainly one of the most important.
It was the first one after the Rev's death, and they had to take a dive or...
Not true. Right, wait, yeah.
Well, technically, Nightmare was released after it, but he did so much writing, so it's the first one
without his
any input from him. Yeah. The bonus track, St. James, is a fucking amazing tribute, which is more like happy tribute rather than So Far Away With Sad. Anyway, in terms of the actual hours as it was released, yeah.
And I think for them it was make or break for them in a way. If this album had like truly flopped, I think they might have been like, this is bad.
Yeah, it may not have been a sad day for all.
Yeah, but for the fact that this album also gave way for them to start paving the way to like the stage, and just the level of creativity that album reaches, in my opinion, is fucking pinnacle.
Yeah.
And even though I go backwards and forwards all the fucking time, the stage is probably joint first of my favourites, is the easiest way to put it. Albums and
with
self-titled.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Over here.
Yeah, fucking absolutely tremendous album, and I'm actually going to change my mark right now because talking about it is making.
Yeah, you've made me talking about it has made me change my thought process. I'm probably gonna stick with it anyway. Overall, this album has its flaws, but really does have its amazing moments. Amazing moments that are often overlooked by casual Avenged Sevenfold fans because of This Means War and other issues. Acid Rain is simply one of the best songs in their catalogue. It's my least favourite album by them, but I still love it. I'm sticking with my original mark.
I have changed mine from an 8 to a 9 out of 10, and I think it's well deserved, quite frankly.
I almost went up to 8. I'm sticking with 7.
Oh damn! So yeah, definitely did get higher. Cool.
It's done now. Acid Rain's so fucking good.
That alone,
and Coming Home's fucking great.
I mean, Acid Rain alone for me was a big part of the reason why this album got a high mark.
I'll stick with 7, but yeah.
Fair.
Cool.
And that is our 5th and final review for the evening.
Yeah, it's time for the fucking awards.
It is, man. I'm very aware that it's getting on.
Yeah, but we knew this would be a long episode. That's why we said it.
Yeah. That's why we made you wait 2.5 months. Mate, I mean, in terms of an order, what are we doing with this?
Are you happy for me to read them off?
Sure.
Because I've sent them to John in a specific way, so it might be easier for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. So, we're going to end, either way, we're going to end with the 2 Spotify's.
Yep.
And the
Hero of the Year.
Hero of the Year. Although, John, don't take my order with how I sent it to you, definitely correct. But it should fall in line. So, first off, best vocalist.
Yes. Cool.
Who wants to go first for those awards?
I'll let you go first because you've just gone second twice in a row.
Yeah, cool. So, best vocalist for me was so tough. No, it wasn't. Was it?
I'm so intrigued to see what you put.
This is tough. Now, you'd think Old British released an album. Miles Kennedy's fucking glorious, isn't he?
I mean, yeah, that is kind of what you'd think.
Yeah, he's not the winner.
Oh man, who? Who's gonna take this spot?
Fucking for showing so much style and improvement.
You're gonna I know who you're going to go for.
I'm going for Corey Taylor.
I knew it.
His heaviness has been over fucking whelming in this new album, and
yeah, I'll agree.
his soft shit's really good too. Like
he has become like a better singer,
and
as well as a better like screamer. That's an impressive thing to like to improve on both of those. Really, certainly like not necessarily like better overall, but has definitely improved over the last couple of albums. Like All Hope Is Gone sounds even lacking in comparison to.
Oh, look at that face.
Yeah, look at that milk carton cut out around your fucking face.
I just. Oh, by the way, if you're watching these awards, wait till the end of the episode. Shit gets crazy.
I'm scared.
Yeah, so I just feel like with Miles, like, his vocals just weren't as powerful. They weren't as high notes as I wanted, as many even.
Mad.
So Corey Taylor
opposite to
of
that,
Slipknot
but...
gets my vote.
Fair enough.
And it wins the award.
Miles Kennedy
is your one.
Is my best vocalist of the year, purely because even with the downfalls of the album, when his vocals shined through in the right way, I thought they were immaculate. And Wouldn't You Rather is a song that gets spammed quite a bit by myself at the minute, purely just for Wouldn't You Rather? It's so good, man. It's so good. So yeah, he got a win fairly easily for me. I did consider Taylor. I also considered other vocalists, Vexed, Tommy Vexed. Goodbye, phone. But yeah, ultimately gets the win.
I just need to write. I sent it to John, who my best bassist was. That's not next, but I forgot. I didn't write the name down. I can't remember his first name.
Oh, okay. Do you know your drummer?
I do know my drummer.
I believe should be next. If it's the order that you sent over to me, then I feel like we're in the correct order, which is good.
Right. Third. Cool. 1 second, please, sir.
1.
You have made me laugh for the final time. Since listening to your iPod podcast,
since listening to your iPod,
has become one of my top songs ever. Excellent. I'm fucking glad to help.
Awesome.
Right, best drummer. This was easy for me.
Okay.
How do I spell this man's name?
I feel like you're filling them in right now.
It's just the bass. I forgot to write it here.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's Danny Carey from Tool.
Yep, likewise.
Yeah,
it's going to be unanimous.
I am so glad to have discovered this man.
Yeah, he's an incredible drummer. Like, an absolutely incredible drummer. It's a big part of the reason why I followed the band in the first place.
So good.
And you need to check out some of his older stuff, man. When you
literally
other places, just his earlier drumming in general. When you look at where he's come from to what he does with Tool now, it's like it's actually not that dissimilar, but so much better. It's like painful. Yeah, he's incredible, man. He is incredible, and I'm so glad that we've both agreed on this.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Probably like the most worthy of them all. Maybe not.
Very potentially. Best guitarist was also really tight for me. Is Adam Jones that guy from Tool?
I think so. Yes.
He was close.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good guitarists.
But Jim Root wins.
Fair. For me, it was a very, very tight juggle between Jim Root. Or you got to give props to Mick Thompson as well, but one that I know that you will have never heard of, however, is a Florestan Durand from the band Novelists, and he gets my vote. So, to give you a bit of context, Novelists was the album, or Novelists was the band of the band that wrote the album that I was waiting to come out, and they pushed it back. So I was like, I can't wait for you to listen to these guys. Couldn't really tell if you were gonna like or dislike it, and that was kind of the attraction to put it forward for review. They've released a few songs from the new album, and I thought the new album was gonna drop beforehand, but they've pushed it back.
Okay.
But Novelists, fucking excellent, and the new material that they're writing is exciting for me personally. But it is like progressive and genty.
Okay, so I'm open to it. Yeah, Jim Root for me, just the power of the guitars on Slipknot's new record.
Yeah,
and I was just starting between Adam Jones or whatever his name is from Tool and this, and then Nero 40 music video came out, and I watched that. I was like,
yeah, Jim's
so fucking good,
incredible. So we move on to bassist.
Bassist. you're going to see a resume here. It's been Slipknot, Tool, Slipknot. It's Justin Chancellor from Tool.
Fair enough. Yeah, I would say that's a worthy award.
Yeah, his bass tones have been fucking incredible on that album.
Yeah,
Really
I mean,
added a lot of
yeah,
feeling to it.
it was undeniable. Again, undeniable amounts of skill. For me, I have gone for John Myung from Dream Theater. However,
Okay.
The newest album from Dream Theater, impressive. Perhaps like not necessarily the best in terms of like mad skill, but he's just like some of the bass lines in the new album have just been like, whoa, that's fucking awesome. And more importantly, like as a bassist that is given space to do his thing, yeah, he's just fucking awesome. And
Definitely a worthy winner.
yeah, 100%. Steals it for me easily.
Cool. So next up, the favourite topic that we've done this year.
I didn't actually provide an image for this.
Well, that was fucking silly.
Oh wait, mate. No, wait. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Good.
That's fine. I got there in the end.
So, I'm going to throw out a few ones that really closely made it.
Yeah, go on. Because this has been one that I've been looking forward to talking about, actually.
Oh my goodness gracious. I've lost the lighter.
Who knew? Would you like to borrow me?
I would love to, laddie. So yeah, a few close ones have been when we ranked our top albums by like 5 or 6 bands, whatever it was. And that was so difficult and so long. And I didn't think how long it would be when I've really got to go through every single song, every single album and go, this one's better than that. And I got angry at this topic. Again, it's not the best, it's up there. I got angry at it, but the fact we delivered it was why it's put it up to there. So
yeah, absolutely agree.
Controversial album covers was good, although some of the images were awful.
Yeah.
And some should have been illegal, but I just thought we got quite delved into that. I learned quite a lot on that one.
Yeah.
Also the best and worst album covers too.
Yeah.
But my favourite, just for selfish reasons, was Ask Me Anything.
Oh, okay. That was good.
Yeah, so Collective.
That was good.
There were 2 topics technically because there was 1 week and 1 week vice versa, but
yeah,
as a singular topic is one thing.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Ask Me Anything. I learned a fair bit and yeah,
likewise,
got a bit deep at times.
It did get a bit deep at times, and not only that, it was an excuse to pull some funny things out of one another as well. So
yeah, exactly that.
All round. I was really torn between 2, and again, one of them was for selfish reasons. One of them, the winner, was because it deserved to be the winner. But to give you my other top contender, Tour of the World, specifically England.
Yeah, I like Tour of the World. Also,
it would have been good if we had gotten to the end of all of that run, but
yeah, I almost mentioned it. We still hit like the mate. We did US, Japan. Did we do Japan?
No, we did Scandinavia though, didn't we?
Specifically Norway. I think.
Maybe Norway. I don't know, but yeah, we did a few.
Yeah.
And England was, for selfish reasons, my top contender. Didn't get the win, unfortunately, but the reasons for it were perhaps not professional enough to be considered. So
yeah,
because that was the episode with and then just 10 minutes of sheer like breakdown from both of us. I don't think I've cried so much ever anywhere. Yeah. However, the winner for me was Top Tracks to Torture.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good little one.
That was sick because it was me and you doing what we do best, and that was dishing out on some bands that we really don't like. Yeah. It was enjoyable. It was an engaging topic. We asked each other a lot of questions with it, and I think gave each other like some things to consider as well. Like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was. If nothing else, it's always fun to dish out and bring me. So
yeah, always.
My favourite topic was definitely the torture.
Cool.
I feel like the next one's unanimous, but let's do it anyway.
So best unsigned act we've reviewed.
Yeah,
I cheated on this a little bit.
Okay.
It wasn't unsigned week when we reviewed them.
Okay.
Mine's Pinkly Smooth.
Oh, I suppose they are unsigned, aren't
they? They were never signed.
Interesting. So I mean, it
is a cheat.
That is a bit of a cheat.
I kind of want to tell you that I've cheated, but then that would have given it away.
Maybe, yeah, because I looked at them and thought, well, I can't pick them.
Did you? Yeah.
So that's
they weren't. They're an unsigned act, which is why I've given myself the pass. but they weren't on unsigned week.
Right.
If I did, I was going to throw out 3 Second Fuse, I think.
Madness. Okay. I'm
Unless-
definitely going to go with placeholder. Despise me.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Yeah.
Yeah, like definitely placeholder. That was like the most impressive thing ever.
They were my winners last year for Unsigned Act, and they came under unsigned this time as well, even though they were technically signed at a time.
From nothing.
Yeah, I was just on the way here.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't feel anything. Anyway,
Yeah, mate, fucking, this was just an awesome E EP.
yeah, mate, placeholder, totally fair enough. Loved it. I just decided because they won last year, and they've been signed throughout the year. At times, not when we reviewed them, or if they were,
they
no
weren't.
longer unsigned, and they were still part of unsigned week regardless.
Yeah.
So nothing wrong with you choosing them. I just thought I've given it to them. I don't want to be that fanboy.
Fair.
But I mean,
I'm perfectly fine being that fanboy, guys. It was fucking...
But you didn't choose them last year, so I thought
I did not, no. Yeah, this was awesome.
So yeah, Pink Me Smooth and that placeholder. We are now 2 members down.
Yeah.
Sad stuff.
That is sad stuff.
But more to the future. Right, best live show.
Okay. Yep, go for it.
So mine's pretty easy, as luckily I've attended it. It's easily Rammstein, Stadium MK.
Yeah, there was definitely like...
Oh,
I've...
We were going to have you first on that one, and you go,
don't worry, killer.
The fire, the spectre's not the word, the spectacle.
Yeah.
The whole show was insane. It was, luckily, it made it even better. It was in my home fucking town.
Yeah. 100%.
Everything about it was perfect. That's my own photo, by the way.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it was just fucking insane. I loved it so much.
Yeah, definitely a top contender for me. However, I've never been like the biggest Rammstein fan. There's nothing wrong with them as a band. I love listening to like the stuff as it comes out, but they're not a band that I would like go back to quite often.
But aren't they a band? Was that who you missed a download?
Yes, that was a band that I was severely looking forward to on the Sunday, and
I won't give it away who your band is, but when you said before the show that this is a band that I've always wanted to see,
yeah,
and I've always missed out on them, I was like, that will lead into this perfectly.
Yeah, that definitely would have led into
always
that
wanted to see, but at least that you missed out on.
No, I've always wanted to see Rammstein. I've wanted to see Rammstein play live more than I care about listening to their albums, which is still a lot, but I want to see Rammstein.
Yeah, oh mate.
Killswitch, however, are a band that I have always missed every single time that I've had an opportunity to see them, and that I've been a fan of pretty much since I got into metal. So it's like a super travesty, and I'm really gutted that I missed their show. So Killswitch Engage for me is the best live show that I missed, because I haven't attended any live shows this year because I suck. You heard it here first. So yeah, that's that. Not really much else to say about that. Killswitch is just one of those bands that I've really wanted to see forever, and still, and with the release of the new album as well, I really like Atonement. Yeah, it's a good album.
Album got some comments here. Bruce again.
Ooh. All right, Bruce. Are you going to tell us the fish or friends not food? Good day. Did you say good day? Well, that's close enough.
Sorry.
I remember back in the early days, like, he would never do this.
No.
This was like, put your phone down.
Super important, yeah. Sorry.
I'm sure. That's fine. Album of the year. Please give me your answer so I can most likely agree with it.
So Bruce, said, I really like the old back photo of the 4 of A7X members, but who is the Russian gymnast girl on the far right? That was Aaron, by the way.
Wow, that's insulting.
Yeah.
Fair.
Right.
Album of the year.
Album of the year was...
this was tough.
So tough.
This was tough.
So tough. So... I'm going to tell you the 3 runners now.
Yeah, go on.
It's Slipknot, We Are Not Your Kind.
Yep.
It is Tall, Fear Inoculum, and it is Rammstein.
Right.
They have swapped places throughout this period of time more times than I would like to think.
Right.
It is horrendous. Rammstein's, it was fucking great, and probably second place. Fear Inoculum is fucking great, and it's probably moved down to third. My album of the year is We Not Your Kind.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Yep, Wanik for the win. I would like to give a special shout out to Killswitch Engage with Atonement again. Fucking solid album. Especially after Jesse announced obviously all of his struggles and stuff, and took a break from social media and everything else because he was kind of getting a bit overcome. I feel like that album deserves a massive shout out, but We Are Not Your Kind just has to take it, I'm afraid. It's like just sheer progression through and through, and I cannot describe the relief of listening to this album after 0.5.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
It's so
They've
like,
really surpassed themselves.
thank you so much for sorting your shit out.
Yeah. Next up, we move on to the festival lineup of the year. Not necessarily one we've attended.
Good.
But same as last year, I actually chose Download last year, but that's because I went to it, and well, not because I went to it, just I happened to go to it, and you chose Hellfest, I believe.
Yeah.
This festival is not Download this year. I need to get it up as well, so I can actually talk about it. I suggest you maybe do the same.
Yep.
My festival lineup of 2019 is Rock AM Ring.
Interesting, yeah. Right, let's scroll all the way up.
So Rock AM Ring, the reason it won for me is pretty simple. It's quite close to Download.
Yep.
It had Tool and Slipknot headlining, which are both fantastic.
Yep.
It had dog shit like Smashing Pumpkins. Sorry.
I was going to say, so did Download though.
Yeah, I saw my comparison. But
right.
Now, granted, they had Die Arts headlining. They're a German band, I'm assuming, but it's Germany, so I'm not going to fucking complain about that.
Yeah.
They had Slayer playing there. They had Bring Me, which I guess is better than Download because, well, not for me, but they had that's sales. But bands that didn't appear at Download, for example, Arch Enemy, Alice in Chains.
For bands that are tucked behind my jacket right now, I will scroll across so that you can read their names.
Architects, that's a massive one for me.
Yeah,
they had Trivium, who did play Download, and they were my highlight for Download.
Excellent.
Tenacious D.
Yeah, that's a good festival. That's
like,
a really
it's
good festival.
powerful as fuck, and yeah, I just Tool and Slipknot.
I did go for Download this year.
Did you?
Yes, because Slipknot, Tool, Slash, Miles Kennedy.
Yeah, I didn't think of that one. Fuck, did I?
Trivium, Skindred, Lamb of God. Obviously, like final UK show for Slayer. Dream Theater, Hailstorm, Rob Zombie. All bands that I would have really liked to have seen live, but just was not in a position to do so this year, unfortunately.
I think basically Architects pulled that one towards the win for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I can understand why.
Right. Next up, favourite reaction video we've done. So this is a new one. We didn't do this last year. We only started reactions quite close to the end of the year last year anyway.
Yeah.
I've only included ones that were released this year.
Okay.
I
did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would have been the case for this one as well. Yeah.
My favourite reaction video we've done, I originally went with Mark Morton Cross Off.
Right, okay,
and the reason I didn't go for that is because we did the lyric video at first, and while that reaction was really good, when I did the video, which was really important for some of the things they show in the video, like the calendar crossed off and stopping on Chester's death, I did that alone. So that lost winning status for me. The one that won it for me is Welcome Home by Hell Yeah.
That was a very, very close contender for myself.
Yeah. The reason I chose it because I didn't realise I chose this just by looking down YouTube and going, okay, cool, that was really good. I remember our reaction for that was like bang on. Like all of us, including Haley, John, Ree, we all really enjoyed the track afterwards, and we're like, that's so important of a track.
I listen to it regularly. It's on my playlists. Yeah,
so I thought I'd stick it on, and in the intro bit, which helps a little bit. In the intro bit, there's my lovely screenshot of it there.
Oh yeah.
In the intro bit, we fucked up and didn't turn the mics off, so there's a really funny intro bit to it as well that just helped it win. Like we're just chatting bullshit.
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah. So yeah, that track, and I feel like it was one of the most real reactions where we're expecting this to be pretty good. Yeah, it's gonna be good because Vinnie Paul's not anymore. Not for the reason, but because of the passion behind it. And I've heard it's a softer song, and then it just came out with this power.
Yeah.
Of softness. Yeah, still.
And that chorus as well, though. That chorus fucking. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry.
So one of the reasons that I picked what I picked again, like Welcome Home, this song has been added to my playlist and it's been on my playlist for a lot longer, and I fucking love it. And you know exactly what it is. Have a guess.
It was almost in mine. Is it by that Japanese band? Maximum the Hormone.
It wasn't, no, because I decided not to do that because it wasn't the official video.
Right, no, fair. That's another reason why I didn't go for it as well.
That is not the official video. However, we did watch the official video for Down in Flames by Deadland Ritual.
Really?
Yeah, man. That is a fucking tune. That is a tune.
All right. I don't think I've listened to it since the reaction.
Wow, crazy. I would guess that I have listened to this song somewhere in the region of about 50 to 100 times in between there since the reaction.
I might give it another go.
I love this song with a fucking passion. It's great. So yeah, it stole the win for me. But yeah, Hell Yeah was definitely up there. I did think about Maximum Hormone, but then I thought, well, it's not the official video. I can't justify giving that a win when it's not actually the thing. Crazy little fucking leprechaun Irish dude jumping out of the fucking sewers, terrorizing people.
So good though.
It was excellent. I wish it was the the actual video. I would do anything for that to be the official video, and that probably would have gotten the win just purely for how like the whole time I was just sat there like, what is happening? I love it.
Other shout outs definitely get to me while they just sort of popped into my head now is Moose's new band.
Not Light the Torch.
No, FTL or FLT or something like that. Fire the something light. Find the light.
Kill the lights.
Kill the lights. And because he gave us a shout out on Twitter. Yeah. And also the one with Johnny Cash's kids with Randy Bly and
fucking yeah.
Ghost Riding in the Sky.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was going to piss me the fuck off if you couldn't remember that. Thank you. Right. Yeah, definitely up there. There was one more as well. I feel like there was one more reaction that was like really big that we didn't do or that we haven't mentioned.
Well, there's Architects Raw Beggars. That was our first one. That was last year. There was Words Dark in the Wings live at Royal Albert Hall also last year. Those are two big ones for me that didn't have a chance of making it.
If I think of it, I'll let you know. Best music video.
Best music video is quite an easy one for me.
Yep, same.
I'm going to give a shout out to something I saw the other day called Nebel, which is by the band Lindemann, which is Till Lindemann from Rammstein.
Yeah, I figured.
You can't watch it online. It got banned within a minute of being online.
Why?
Because it's so brutal. Watch this video. I'll send you a link or something.
All right. Okay.
I'll give a brief description now. Till Lindemann's like, I think he's in water or something, or like underwater, and he gets up, and then it's kind of like a bit boring for the first half, and the next thing you know, he's definitely mouth in vagina, very much everything's showing, and it's just blood dripping everywhere. And it gets very intense very quickly.
Okay.
But
don't send me the link to that later. I'm all right.
He's lying. My favourite music video is definitely Deutschland by Rammstein.
Fair. That's a worthy one.
So well put together. It's like a film. And it tells so many stories about the history of the fuck ups from Germany, and they're willing to admit it.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, Slipknot have taken a win for All Out Life for me.
Okay.
While the video wasn't exactly like artistic or anything, and didn't have like a great deal of sort of like.
Was that this year?
Yes. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I cannot have been last year. Surely not. I'm fucking sorry if it is.
I just feel like it was like the end.
1 year ago. Fuck my life sideways.
31st of October.
Damn, that's killer. Right, I can't have that then. Ooh. Rejected. No, fair enough, sir. Thank you. To be fair, I think Unsainted is also a terrific video. So maybe that. I'll have to think about this again. I was so sure that this was this year that I didn't even question it. I didn't even look. So I was just like, and for me, what got that the win initially was like new Slipknot. Really nervous about listening to it. Watched the video the first time I listened to the song as well. Instant, just like I'm fucking ready. And just seeing all of the people getting out of the bus and going fucking ballistic was just like, that's what I want to happen when this album drops, and it fucking did.
Well, when we post the post on Instagram and Facebook, we'll edit it in there.
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Sorry about that.
That's right.
My fault. Biggest moment in rock and metal.
Yeah, for me, there's quite a few moments that are big, but
there is an ultimate one for me as well. Go on.
It's My Chemical Romance reuniting.
Oh, mad. Okay. I may have cheated a little bit
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, go
cheat once.
on. Go on.
MCR reuniting is something I didn't think was going to happen at this point. The fact they've got a show in I think it's 4 days in California, which is 7 days before I go to California. You
That's
fucks.
fucking awful. That probably would have been expensive though.
Oh, I wouldn't have cared. Yeah. Yeah, MCR reuniting is huge. Like, I never got a chance to see them live. I was never really in the emo crowd, but my two closest mates at the time definitely were in school, and I love them even more now than I did then. We've gone through a review with them, the Black Parade, and I just fucking adore them. And I really want to see them live.
That would be an experience, to be fair.
And the way they've done it as well. So there was a little hint in one of their last music videos, which is like 2011-12, where like a little leaflet comes across where it says, I don't know, Danger Days live in California 2019, right? And no one even thought anything of it. And then there's something like, hey, that poster was a thing, and we're playing California 2019. We're back, and I need to see them. So that's why that's the biggest
fucking awesome. That's actually such a. So what they actually like in theory? Then they planned that.
Effectively, yeah. I want to see if
the fuck. Sophie Ray says if they ever play 3 Cheers in full, I'm there. Fair. That is an astute thing to commit to. So yeah, I may have cheated a little bit.
Okay. Fire away.
Because for me, the biggest moment in rock and metal this year was the release of this bad boy right here. I mean, it's going to take a minute to come up, so you just carry on watching, mate.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I can see it over there.
The release of Fear Inoculum by Tool is pinnacle this year. I feel like that took the... I mean, they were talked about more than, like, Ariana fucking Grande, or, like, there was a poll...
Taylor Swift, they beat for the thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
And, quite frankly, worth it.
Yeah.
But after 13 years, do you know what I mean? Over 13 years, we're finally able to say that we have listened to new Tool material, and it's...
Again, I wasn't part of this wait, but I still realise and appreciate how monumental it is. Insane.
I have been waiting for so long.
Amazing. Yeah. Definitely worthy and definitely up there for me.
So yeah, that was my moment this year. There have been lots of things that have happened that I have definitely, but you've kind of shouted most of them out, so yeah. Right again, Rory.
We're going to skip comments for a second, just because I need to see Spotify.
I actually listed mine. I got the list of my top. And interestingly enough,
we're doing the top 20, so we need to list those as well.
Oh yeah. And
we're doing the decade video.
The what?
The decade video.
What's that?
We're going to go through the video.
Oh right, okay. Cool.
But we'll do that very quickly, kind of thing.
All right. So,
do you have your 2018 to reference? Gonna go through those first.
Do I have what?
2018.
I don't have that written in. Let me see if my internet will stop being a bitch. So what have we got to do? Are we looking at the playlist bit of 2018, or are we going
hopefully
into
have the top, basically the screenshot from last year, if you still have it?
Oh fuck no, definitely not.
Horrific.
I had a different phone.
I had a different phone too.
Right.
2018. Luckily, mine's for reference. So let's go with your. Do you remember your top artist and track from last year?
It was Post Malone. I'm sure.
Was that artist
one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember which one.
God, there's shit reading messages.
My top track was Something Better by Canterbury.
It was. Yeah, you're right. My top track, my top albums, Stop talking, Kieran. My top artist for last year was Avenged Sevenfold, and my top 5 tracks were All Architects, with the top one being Memento Mori.
Yeah, I remember now.
So let's go with it. Let's do our video first.
Yep.
Right. Don't mention the album and thingamajigs. That's not important. 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 That's for later. That's for later. So, World Citizen. If you could just get to that, we'll go through it together.
Cool. Right, where do you need to go to get that? Because it's not
Search.
on that one, is it? Yep.
No, then that.
Wrapped.
Yep.
That one.
Right, mate.
That one?
Yep. So go to the next page and that should be it. No.
Are you sure it's not back here?
No, it's after that one, definitely. It's the sixth one in.
World
so world citizen, 20 countries for me.
Bear with. Let's have a look. 32.
Ooh, treat yourself. I got Rammstein, Germany.
Post Malone, United States. Arctic Monkeys, United Kingdom.
Billie Eilish, United States.
Him from Finland.
Shania Twain from Canada.
Nickelback from Canada.
And Queen from UK.
Dennis Lloyd, Israel.
Children of Bodom, Finland.
That was mine.
Yeah. Genre fluid.
Here we go.
From bottom to top, for me, it's pop, dance pop. This is weird. Metalcore, rock, and then the top one is alternative metal.
Bottom to top for me is pop punk, rap, then metalcore, then rock, then top was alternative metal.
So our top three are the same.
Yeah.
Let's get the next one. Playlist. Podcasts. Thanks. Being premium since 2018.
Since we've been together since 2018, why stop there? The 2010s wouldn't have been the same without you.
Have you got that one yet?
Imperfect Harmony, where's that?
That one, thanks. Just wait for a sec.
Thanks for being premium since 2018. You discovered 215 new artists this year.
I'm shit at new music. 99 new artists this year, but you really vibe with Tool.
I really vibed with Wage War.
Oh, nice.
Crazy.
You explored 59. Oh, we can go that. Skip that. So let's go through the years, but not the last, not 2019, because we don't want to give it away.
Right.
So, how many minutes do you get this year? In fact, I'm quite intrigued.
This year?
Yeah. Give it a sec. Oh no, that's it, isn't it? So,
this year I've clocked 15,788 minutes.
32,582.
Mad. I did 22,299 in 2018.
Yeah, I did 34k in that one.
Madness.
Let me just find your decade. Did you go straight to 2018?
Yeah.
It's really weird, so I got 2013 and 14 and so on.
I believe that might have been just from how long have you had Spotify?
18.
Properly? Since 2018. Did you not have like a free account back when they were doing it, when they plastered adverts everywhere in between songs?
Yeah, but not from 2013, definitely not.
Mad.
Anyway, top song for that year was She's the Girl by Untold Story, and top artist was Hollywood Undead.
Mad.
2014, top song was Empty Walls, and top artist was Alter Bridge.
Yep.
This really confused me. 2016, After the Burial, I listened to the album once, and that was this year.
Mad.
And I Prevail, which I've listened to 3 songs of this year.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah, I think your rap's a bit fucked.
2017, You're Going Down by Sick Puppies, and top artist Avenged Sevenfold.
Is that accurate? Sick Puppies?
Again, listened to that a few times this year.
Mad.
And then that goes on from last year, which we already know about.
Memento Mori.
Artist of the Decade we'll get on to shortly. And that ends that video. Worthwhile entertainment for all.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are we doing next?
Go for top artists. So from 5 upwards.
So where do we find that? Decade Wrapped.
That should be on your video. I've screenshotted mine.
Right, okay. Hold the fuck up. This one?
Yeah, it's the green one. So my top 5 artists. From 5th is Rammstein.
Yep.
Your 5th?
Alter Bridge.
Tool.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Alter Bridge.
Incubus.
Architects.
Alice in Chains.
Avenged Sevenfold wins.
Avenged Sevenfold wins.
Yes, boy. I was genuinely surprised Avenged won mine. I thought it was going towards Architects.
Especially when we go through our playlist in a minute, the top 20 songs.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Very much so.
So, nice. Top 20 songs. Let's fucking do this.
Cool. Right. Let me get this back up. So we're going from the bottom to the top. So like the furthest down the list first and then up to the top of the list. Cool. That's fine.
Right, let's double check. Because I haven't actually counted them out yet.
Some of these I'm pretty sure you're going to be like, yeah, sick.
Okay.
Cool.
Are we going all in one or doing alternating again?
We'll do alternating.
Alright, in 20th place, Cross Off by Mark Morton and Chester Bennington.
Reach by Mindwalk Boulevard, which are a band that I'm sure you've never heard of.
Nope. Cement by Placeholder.
Lived a Lie by You Me at 6.
Fucking hell. Schism by Tool.
Kiss of Dawn by him.
At 17, Holy Hell by Architects.
Put You Down, Alice in Chains.
At 16, and pay attention to this. At 16, So Far Away of Avenged Sevenfold.
Woof. Midnight Train by Burning Rain. Sorry.
Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish.
Beauty School, Deftones.
The Pop Tool.
Excellent. Wish You Were Here, Incubus.
Colony Collapse, Architects.
Alone in a Room, Asking Alexandria.
Wouldn't You Rather, Alter Bridge.
Man in the Box, Alice in Chains.
Wish You Were Gay, Billie Eilish.
You Could Be Mine, Guns N' Roses.
Death Wish, Architects.
Entrance of the Conflagration. Trivium.
Unsainted, Slipknot.
Wood, Alice in Chains.
Deutschland, Rammstein.
Black Hole Sun, Soundgarden.
Royal Beggars, Architects.
Slither, Velvet Revolver.
Gravedigger, Architects.
Low, Wage War.
Entering our top 5 now.
Yep.
In 5th, Death Is Not Defeat, Architects.
96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY.
In 4th place, what I genuinely thought would be my top song of the year.
Yeah, gone.
Fear Inoculum by Tool.
Mad. Show Me How to Live, Audio Slave.
3rd place, Nihilist, Architects.
Down in Flames, Deadland Ritual. So that gives you an indication of how much I've listened to that.
In 2nd place, Memento Mori by Architects.
In 2nd place for me is Waters Rising by Alter Bridge.
Okay. And in 1st place, Gone with the Wind, Architects.
1st place for me was fucking weird, and it's Quantum Flux by Northlane. Okay. Just out of nowhere. Oh, mate.
So, in my top 20, I've got one Avenged Sevenfold song, 2 Billie Eilish songs which are both above Avenged Sevenfold song, and 1, 2... Oops. Just put on tool accent. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of my top songs, 10 of my top 20 are Architects, and that's why I thought they'd be
Artist of the Year.
But they're not.
I don't have a single Avenged Sevenfold song in my top 20.
No.
Interestingly enough, the one after this song is an Avenged song.
Right, okay. I should span that one a lot.
The Stage.
Right.
But yeah, none of them in my top 20 were Avenged, and I don't understand how the fuck Spotify does their shit.
Chaos. Mine makes total sense in terms of it. Right, let's get this done with the final one.
Yeah. I just wanted to point out as well, sorry, Artist of the Year for me was Avenged Sevenfold, and it also said that I'd listened for 10 hours. How the fuck? How is that possible? How do you listen to a band for 10 hours and then not have a single fucking song in your playlist?
One lucky artist, Avenged are my artist of the decade as well.
So Avenged Sevenfold should say in a second.
98.
98 hours. I spent 10 hours listening to it. What the fuck? Oh, So Far Away, man.
Yeah, we're breaking rules in this episode.
Yeah. Can't think of a reason why.
Cool. Right.
We move on to Hero of the Year then.
Hero of the Year. So last year...
The very, very final category, people.
We did Hero of the Year, and it was fucking great. Dan Searle ended up almost... he did win, and Mike Shinoda came close second. I feel like we got about 30 to 40 votes in total. Now, obviously, we put it down to a fan poll, and I think we gave it the same amount of time, which was a day beforehand. I've shared it a few times in multiple places. And before I give my full opinion on what I'm about to say, let's see where this would have gone. So we've gone with the wrong post to start off with. So the amount of likes per one, let's shout them out. Sean Crayon for continuing to perform live and create a new album after the death of his daughter, 1 like. Jonathan Davis for creating the nothing and entering such a dark place to do so, 2 likes. Ginger Wildheart for continuing to overcome his mental health issues to create new music and tour, 0 likes. The Ghost Inside for returning to live shows after horrific injuries, 0 likes.
Mad.
Finn added Bill Byford for having a heart operation and recovering whilst recording a solo album and as practice for the upcoming Saxon tour, recording vocals for the next album. 0 likes. He went with something else in the end.
Right.
Dave Mustaine from Jamie Price put Dave Mustaine fighting cancer and recording the next Megadeth album, 1 like. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 likes. We're saying fuck you to all the fans that decided to have any input there, because there wasn't very many of you. So we decided to take this, because we know better, to take this under our own control, and in fact it's not a fan vote any longer. And we are deciding the hero or hero.
Have you stolen my lighter, sir?
No, it's near your button.
Oh, thank you.
So, hero of the year.
Do you want to hit me with yours first?
Yeah, mine is an easy choice. All the other people mentioned there, fair play. The ghosts inside are big winners of this for me.
Okay.
So the ghosts inside give more details of their horrific accident. I believe it was a bus accident, a very bad crash, where the drummer has had a leg amputated, and I believe another member had some stuff amputated as well.
No fucking way.
Really severe injuries. Maybe,
I had no idea.
yeah, maybe one of them in a coma. They recently had their first show back live, and they are like to learn those instruments again. For a drummer to have one less leg, obviously he's got a
Prosthetic
leg.
But still, that's...
If you just move all the way to the side for a second, like once you can get back up now, but once that loads, you'll see his metal. Well, you can see his metal leg actually coming out your ear.
Yeah.
And that's not the drummer because he's holding a guitar. You get the point I'm going for. I'm pretty sure there was injuries all around.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. Like actually having amputations and stuff. It
was a very bad crash.
That's wild.
And to come back from it and to tour, they're my heroes of the year. I'm not even a fan of the band. I don't know a single song, but
I've listened to a couple of their songs before. I know I have, but oh wow, yeah, you can really see that. That's mad.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I had no idea about that shit. And to be honest, that is, now that I know about it, a very, very strong contender. I, however, did go with Dave Mustaine from Megadeth because the guy has just carried on like an absolute trooper and has not let quite frankly, like, out of a lot of other cancers, thyroid cancer, I believe, is what he's been, or throat cancer, or something like that. It's like throat, thyroid, around that area, and generally these are the type of cancers that they are very quick to like start getting treated on because they can like get out of control and evolve quite drastically very quickly. And I just think the guy has just literally like stared the whole thing in the face and just been like, well, I'll carry on because it's me. And yeah, I admire that shit really because it's, do you know what I mean? Like the same that we did for Searle, obviously, like, do you know what I mean? Like mad props to, well, both the Searle brothers, but do you know what I mean? For continuing to tour whilst you've got the threat of cancer looming over you is a heavy fucking deal. And
that was for Tom Searle, yeah.
Yeah, and then we chose Dan because obviously his...
And it was the time of year, he was already passed by that point.
Yeah.
Well, a few years before. But yes.
But like in the same way that we think about Tom Searle and we think like, wow, that guy fucking trooped through as many shows as he possibly could.
Yeah, proper. Yeah. We discussed debating a winner.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, as much as I have a lot of props for Dave, I didn't actually realise what the Ghost Inside had been through, and that's pretty fucking deep, man. That's the type of shit that can like scare you from getting on a tour bus ever again.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
learning, that's a whole new way of playing drums. You basically have to learn it from the start again, at least for his legs or whatever's happened to him. Obviously, I apologise if I got the members confused, but I know that either way the drummer was fucking injured. I got told that the drummer was the one that got amputated.
He might not be the only one. The guy that we saw in the picture might not be the only amputee. So, but that's fucked, man.
Yeah,
that's so fucked up. And mad props to that band for carrying on. Mad props to Dave for
sure, for everyone. Jonathan Dave is doing that album for Ginger Wildheart. He's got a lot of mental issues. He's obviously attempted suicide a few years back. I think it was 2017 or 16. Yeah, everyone else full props, but for me, the Ghost Inside. So you're willing to take that?
I think so. Actually, cool. Yeah, I think we will settle on that.
Right. We've reached the end.
Brings us to the very end.
Before I go on to the proper end, the very end, I'll make sure I do my Alter Bridge review in the comments, and Rob will make sure he does the thing he said he was going to do for one of the awards.
That was the music video. All Out Life.
Cool. So, first things first.
The world's smallest violin.
We genuinely want to thank everyone that's tuned in. Today's episode has been a load of people. Where the fuck have you been this whole time? Not bitter at all. No, for everyone that's watched us in the past, for everyone that's helped us out, like aside from our team, thank you so much for sharing all that kind of stuff. This is the final episode we're doing. We're done here. We're done on a never say never kind of thing. So if in 2 years' time we're like, fuck it, let's do it again, then we're fucking doing it again. Rob's cool to continue if he wants to do it with someone else. I'm sure I am too. I just don't want to.
I don't think it would be right to do anything.
It would feel weird. Yeah,
I'm fully set on picking this back up at some point if it becomes available or apparent. But right at this point in time, it's just a lot, isn't it?
We're done here.
Yeah, we took a break. We realised that actually we've got so much other shit going on in the meantime. You fucking do. To be fair, you work ridiculous hours that nobody should ever be jealous of in their entire life.
Not for the wage, anyway.
And yeah, it's just been one of those things. Like, we never really started this with the idea of bringing in like mad traction or anything like that. But for some of the things that we were thinking of, it was kind of dependent on audience interaction and voting and stuff. And as proved this evening,
it's just died out.
Yeah.
Like, the point of this always was for us to have a laugh, and we've achieved that pretty much every episode. There's been episodes where more stressful than others. I remember probably the worst episode is the brief history of Alter Bridge. I wrote loads of things down. It just didn't come out well. But other than that, we've still enjoyed pretty much everything we've done. We've enjoyed the reaction videos. I've enjoyed
every fucking episode. There's not been an episode that I've walked out of here and thought like, well, that was fucked.
Yeah. I suggest that you watch every podcast we've ever made and every reaction video, because I like attention. But yeah, this is the final one. We still want to do specials. I still want to get this Avengers one done. He still wants to get this Dave Grohl one done, or Foo Fighters, whatever it was.
Dave. Definitely.
I really want to get a charity 24-hour live stream done in the future.
That'll be an achievement.
Yep. Yeah, so never say never. But this is so it's not a definite goodbye forever. It's just
it's a farewell for now.
And possibly ever. I want to quickly mention some stats. Before this episode, we had 5,441.05 minutes of podcast for free. 312.62 minutes of reaction for free. So that's
mad.
A 98.68 hours of free content we've given you. You fucking bastards. Yeah, like we've got, but the thing is, we only amassed 319 likes over our channels, and that's not much for 2 years' work. And luckily, then we say we want to do it for us, and that was the whole point. Yeah, when not you specifically, well, yeah, all of you actually. When you
not bitter at all.
Quite bitter beans. Yeah, it's all on you, really. You've made this happen.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Fucking hell.
I know, it just gets to a point where we needed something else, and we can't see any progress after 2 years of getting like 244 likes on Facebook. When there's nothing progress for us, then we still.
The simple fact of the matter is, as well, after 50 episodes, you try thinking of 50 episodes worth of topics like this guy has.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to stumble upon things that are like a really good idea, but we need people's input to make them work.
This tournament, it was different.
Yeah, it was difficult. It was
fucking Hero of the Year was pitiful. What I will say is check out our Spotify playlists.
Absolutely. We've only managed to just about get like 5 in the past couple of months.
I want to mention a shout out to Alan O'Keefe, I'm pretty sure his name, who saw me download and recognised me from the podcast. That's super fucking cool.
Thanks,
awesome. Dude. A special mention to Jake for doing the new design, for Liam for doing his written reviews, for Matt Duffy for doing the sound you're about to hear at the end of this. Massive shout out to John for doing our tech, because otherwise we'd still be a phone where you see our nostrils.
I mean, I gave you a little sneak preview of that tonight as well.
Yeah, and apologies to all the unsigned artists that I lined up for the future that I will not be reviewing at all.
Sorry about that, guys. Also would like to shout out both John and Ree for inviting us into their home to do this. That's been a tremendous advance in everything and how everything's gone. So yeah.
Surprise, I've only just thought about this now. At Christmas, we're going to release a podcast that we filmed for the Crawford Arms and never got back to us. So that will be out soon.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with, it's just the history of the Crawford Arms. If you don't know what the Crawford Arms is, you probably won't care. But we're releasing it anyway. And I'm definitely going to react to Avengers Sevenfold when that comes out.
Yes.
The end. Thank you for tuning in. Nice one, bro.
Sayonara.
Fuck y'all.